here in Alma, Michigan. A 2-hour bus ride from Adrian up 127 to get to Balke Field for this MIAA championship game. The Scots have already secured at least a share of the league title. Bulldogs looking to join them and potentially Hope College if the Dutchmen can close out their game today against Olivet. Ian Went and Sean Whitmer up here in the press box at Alma. Happy to have you along for the ride today. Both teams receiving votes in the two main national polls that receive voting. Bulldogs made the appearance earlier in the season. They've been hovering right around that 25 to 27 spot in the rankings, hoping to get a huge victory here today and potentially spur them on to the NCAA postseason. We'll take another timeout. We'll be back after our interview with Coach Del Palco. We'll take a 30-second break. The interview, then we'll be right back. Bulldog fans, it's the MIAA championship. Here we are. It's week 11, 10th game on the season. Ian Went, Sean Whitmer, Coach Del Palco, the 8-1 Adrian College Bulldogs, going up against the 7-2 Alma College Scots. The Scots unbeaten in league play. They win, they get the championship. We win, creates an interesting three-way tie at the top. We'll get to that in a second. I'm going to throw it over to Sean to talk about Bulldogs' big win last week against Trine at home.
Of course, Coach, last week, 21 points in the first quarter, get off to a little bit of a slow start, but everything started picking up for you guys as the game went on, and 21 was all that ended up being given up. How are you feeling coming into this week after all that momentum in the final three quarters of last?
We feel good. I mean, we've had a good week of preparation, and we told the kids all week long that's really what it's going to take. You know, it's not about doing anything more or less than what we've done every week this year, but just making sure our week of prep is where it needed to be. So I'm excited about that. I think we want to keep capitalizing on that momentum if we can. You know, the conditions are a little bit different today. Strong wind, you know, that'll play a factor. And on the road, you got to weather the storm against a really good team. So, you know, we're happy where we're at, and, you know, we think we're going to put our best foot forward today for sure.
Coach, looking at some of the athletes on the field today, you mentioned the wind conditions. They have a really good running back on the other side. Are you expecting them to kind of go to that route a lot more with the wind being the way it is?
Yeah, I think, you know, going into the wind, they'll try to pound it on us a little bit. I would expect trick plays from them early. You know, they want to get on you early if they can, and then they try to steamroll teams. So, you know, the quarterback's still a really good player. They still have a really good slot receiver. But I expect them to try to run the ball, you know, today. If we can stop the run, you know, then I feel really good about our chances. You know, and let's leave it, make the quarterback beat us, but we got to stop the run first, no doubt about it.
Big picture, Coach. Here you are, year 2 at this program, playing for a conference title. I know you're getting tired of me asking these kind of questions, but it's a special place this program's in. Can you put it in perspective where we're at this week?
Yeah, it's hard to, really. You know, I mean, the mantra all year with our kids has been just, hey, it didn't matter who we played. Let's come out and get 1 week better. Started with the Valpo game, honestly, and, you know, I think that gave us a ton of confidence, obviously, with that win. Not too high, not too low, and I've seen the same thing out of our kids this week. We haven't had any high drama or, you know, any, you know, tons of emotion oozing out. It's just been a business-like approach, and I think one thing I did tell the kids today is you never know when you're going to be back in this situation. Everybody always thinks, hey, you know, next year. Hey, it's, you know, I told the team it's the right time and right place for this team, you know, so let's go take advantage of it.
Your quarterback, Noah Boudreaux, used to these kind of pressure games, conference championship games, NCAA postseason games. What's it like to have him kind of commanding your offense?
Well, I'll tell you, it's a relief. You know, I mean, we're going to put the ball in his hands and give him the keys to the offense again today. You know, I think the thing is when you're strong through the middle, you always have a chance. So, you know, it starts with your quarterback. You got a veteran center. You know, you've got a veteran D lineman, you've got a veteran Mike linebacker, and you've got a veteran safety. So I feel really good about that, you know, because we've got young guys everywhere else. But when the strength of your team is down the middle, you know, you always have a chance.
Coach, you kind of alluded to this to Sean, but Key to victory today. You guys have been great on the road this year. What's going to take to keep that going and get one more win?
Well, we have to keep this game close, honestly. They're a team that at home scores a ton of points, and I think, they're going to come out all jacked up. They're going to probably have the wind at their back. They're going to try to throw everything at us. We need to play a solid first half and get this thing in the second half, in my opinion. To do that, stop the run, protect the football, stay ahead of the chains, and play solid on special teams.
All right, Coach, as always, thanks for your time, and I'll say it again. Good luck today.
All right, thanks, guys. I'll always take it. Appreciate it.
Once again, head coach of the Adrian College football team, Joe Palka. Bulldogs and Scots with yours truly, Ian Wett and Sean Whitmer on the Adrian College Sports Network. Coming up next. Noon and welcome to Alma, Michigan. Ian Wett and Sean Whitmer, we are ready for this one. It's week 11, game number 10 between your Adrian College Bulldogs and the Alma College Scots. Alma already at least a share of the conference championship. Bulldogs looking to join them. Adrian will kick the football off to begin our contest. High-flying offenses featured today. There was sort of a whipping wind during pregame. We'll see if that plays into the aerial attack of either Alma or Adrian. Jack Boyke, Bulldog senior kicker, has the ball on the tee at the 35. Bulldogs in their road white jerseys. Black helmets with the gold stripe down the middle. Bruiser's paw on either side. The numbering is in black, and Boyke's kickoff is up, and we are underway. The kick returned inside the 4. Returned out to the 15, the 20, the 25. Ball pops free! There's a scramble for it, and the Scots look to be right there. Who recovered it ultimately is the question. And the Scots recovered it up over the 40-yard line. Kick return right there for number 0, Alfonso Gray III. Put it on the turf. Got a great bounce off of it, and luckily Alma recovered.
Yeah, the Bulldogs might not have got the football back, but they did a great job at forcing a potential turnover-esque play, and that's going to keep them fired up throughout this first series.
This Bulldog defense on the field now. Carter St. John will take the snap, give to Eddie Williams. Williams gets the left edge, gets out near the 50, bumped out of bounds by Adrian College cornerback Quincy Dorsey. Look across the front of that Bulldog defense. Josh Britt, Andrew Van Dyke in the middle. Scots go quickly. It's a 2nd down and 3. St. John pass caught inside Adrian territory inside the 40-yard line. St. John finds his man. That's number 7, Zach Poff. 2 seniors. Poff, the senior from nearby Ithaca. So Scots going quick. 2 receivers out wide left, 1 to the right. St. John looking to throw. Bulldogs rush 4. He's flushed out to the right. Throws far sideline incomplete. Bounced off the turf at the Adrian College 18-yard line. Intended receiver right there, number 1, Brock Miller out of St. John's, Michigan. A very senior-heavy football team, and talked with Coach Palka.
Yeah, and I think the Scots are doing a really good job at right there getting to the outside. You don't want to stand in the pocket for too long because that pressure up the middle can get home. We've seen it happen in the past, and this Bulldogs defensive line does a good job at rotating.
Handoff to the right side this time. Gets inside the 35, breaks a tackle at the 30, and down to the Bulldog 24. That's Eddie Williams. He's kind of their everything back, a big-bodied running back, 200-pounder, 5'10" for Alma. It's nice to be able to run the ball on 2nd and 10. Picked up a chunk play there. Scots moving on their opening possession. Another run to Williams. Williams gets that edge again, the right edge that time. Flag on the play. And this one might be coming back as Williams got down to the Bulldog 10-yard line. Our first penalty today. We were no stranger to the yellow hanky last week in Adrian's win against Trine.
Yeah, no, it was a lot of flags last week. Something that we don't see a lot in the MIAA.
Flag on Maddox Lozelle, the right tackle, a 6'2", 265-pound senior out of St. Clair, Michigan. Shout out my hometown.
Well, if you're going to shout out yours, I'm going to shout out mine. My alma mater last night beat their opponent in the regional rounds of high school playoff football, 73-45.
So 1st and 10 here for Alma. St. John fakes right, rolls left, throws across his body, got a man toward the end zone. It's up in the air and batted away by Bulldog corner Coronis Davis. He's pounding the turf. He thought he had a chance at a pick, and Sean, that's why you generally don't throw to number 2.
No, you don't, but I think these last few weeks, this is when you do want to throw it to him, because if it's going to be in his area where he can make a play on it, it's going to be incomplete. He only has one hand right now. He has to body catch any interception.
So it's a 2nd and 20 for Alma from the Adrian 34. No score, first quarter. Draw to Williams. Nice ankle tackle. 91 right there. That's Chris Jackson, the 6'4 junior defensive end. Good stop by him. Brings up a 3rd down for the Scots, and we have a brief timeout for equipment. We're ready to go. Opening possession of this game for the Scots. No score. From the Bulldog 30. St. John feels the pressure, steps up, throws across his body, caught in the Bulldog secondary. No, it's incomplete. Oh, I thought he had his running back Williams out there for a 1st down. Instead, you're in an interesting spot now. 4th down. They need 16 yards, and you're at the 30, so this would be a 47-yard field goal. Kind of a side breeze here for Alma, so the Scots are going to go for it on 4th down. 13-13 left in the first quarter. No score. Bulldogs and Scots here at Alma.
For the Bulldogs, you got to stay put.
St. John looking to pass. He's going to take off now. St. John escapes one tackle, and the second he's going to get it. On a quarterback draw on 4th and 16. I've seen that for 3 seasons for the Scots, and St. John burns the Bulldog defense.
That's what I was saying. You got to stay home. You have to understand the situation you're in.
Got through the tackle of Liam Carey. Now it's a run for Williams left side. Got maybe 1 or 2. Met there by the Adrian College linebacker, number 40, one of them in there. That is Stephen Moreno, also Andrew Van Dyke in on the tackle for the Bulldogs. So a 4th and 16 converted for the Scots. They now have a 2nd and 7 from the Bulldog 10 opening drive. Williams in the backfield with St. John. St. John takes the snap, fakes the run to him, steps up into the pocket and tackled by the Bulldog linebacker, Bennett Gildy. Good wrap-up tackle there for number 8. He has been a tackling machine this year for the Bulldogs.
Yeah, and I think the Bulldogs just need to do a better job at making the first tackle instead of relying on the second player to make the play for you.
From the Bulldog 8, 5 yards to go on 3rd down. St. John, Bulldogs bring pressure, flips it out to Williams as running back. He's hit low and dropped at the 5 by Coronis Davis. Great tackle on the edge for the Bulldog corner, and it's a 4th down again for the Scots. 4th and about 2. A short 2. Opening possession, 11:44 left in the first quarter. Ian Went and Sean Whitmer here at Alma.
Well, they already did it once. Be prepared for the draw. It's only 2 yards. They picked up 16 last time. If it ain't broke, don't fix it. If you're the Scots here, Bulldogs need to lock up the quarterback.
Heavy look on the left side of the line. It's going to be a run for Williams. Williams gets the edge. Touchdown, Alma. On a 4th down and 5, they get the edge and get the 6 on the opening possession. That's 2 4th down conversions, and those tight ends over there, Sean, sealed the edge, and Williams in for 6.
Yeah, it almost looked like it was a read key for the quarterback, but there was no read really to make. Everybody was crashing towards him. Give the ball to your running back. Makes one cut, and he's in the end zone. You're celebrating with an opening drive touchdown.
Chase Heck on for the extra point for the Scots. Sophomore out of Big Rapids. Snap and hold are good. The kick is up away, and it is good. So Alma takes the opening possession down the field for a touchdown. It's 7-0 Scots. We'll see Noah Boudry and this Bulldog offense when we come back. 11:21 left in the first quarter. This is Bulldog football on the Adrian College Sports Network. to Alma. One possession, one score, something we thought we might see today. A lot of offense. Ian Wentz, Sean Whitmer, Tim Ambrose, our crew today here at Alma. 11:21 left in the first quarter. Scots take the opening possession down. Not great on third down, but perfect on fourth down twice on the drive, including a 5-yard touchdown run.
Yeah, and the Scots playing as well as they are on fourth down, that's going to be a big key for this game, as the Bulldogs need to lock up everything on those turnover plays.
The ensuing kickoff is driven out of bounds, so the wind hooked that one out of play. This will be some real good field position for Noah Boudry and the Adrian College offense. And looking back to the Calvin game a couple weeks ago, we were talking about opening up the playbook. Noah Boudry kind of unleashed, and well, since that Calvin game, he's been nothing short of spectacular. He now owns plenty of single-season records for this Bulldog offense and an in-game record last week for passing yards in a single game. We'll see if we can get that kind of effort here today. His leading receivers, Braden Whitaker and Ethan Aberger. They double team Whitaker close to us on the right side of the offense. Boudry back to pass, throws to Ethan Aberger. Gets ripped his helmet off, and he moves ahead over the 40-yard line. And it's going to be a second down and short. Ethan Aberger, speaking of broken records, has the receptions on a season mark. Set that last week. That's pretty likely when you have 15 receptions in back-to-back weeks.
Yeah, and if you're the Bulldogs here, well, first off, if you're Ethan Aberger, you're wondering where the flag is. It's very rare you get your helmet ripped off and there's not a flag on the field, especially after the amount we've seen last week. You're almost surprised you're not seeing a hanky on the field.
2nd and 4 for the Dogs. First run of the day for Trey Brueggemann. Tries the right side behind Matt Hall, gets stood up after a yard, and that is it. And they'll blow the play dead right there. An early third down for the Bulldogs. Tried to run behind Matt Hall, and there's an Adrian player down, and it is the running back, Brueggemann. A lot of stuff after Brueggemann got stacked up.
Yeah, there were a lot of Scots diving into the pile late, obviously with the pushing rules being the way they have been in years past, becoming more of a prominent figure. There's a little bit less strictness on players entering the pile late, but if you're going to jump up high, I think is where the potential concern comes in. If 2 Scots dove up high there in that play, they weren't trying to make the play, they were just trying to dive in.
Brueggemann off the field under his own power. In the game at running back is Steve McCoy. Seen plenty of him the last couple weeks. It's a Bulldog 3rd and 3. 10.5 to go in the first quarter. Adrian down 7-0 here at Alma. McCoy in motion, gets into the backfield with Noah Boudry. Waiting for the shotgun snap from Isaiah Simon. It's a quarterback designed run. Boudry probing. Gets out of one mess, going over to his left. Now he's going to throw. He's got Aberger open. He makes the grab in Alma territory. Then down at the 45-yard line. 1st and 10 Bulldogs, and there's some improvisation from Noah Boudry. How is the question?
I'm rarely speechless. I will say that.
I know.
However, that is Eli Manning helmet catch levels of improvisation there.
That's a run play. Yeah, Alma stuffed it. And good job for the line not to get downfield. It's a 1st and 10 Adrian. Boudry left side, catch by Braden Whitaker, the sophomore from Dundee, picks up 8 yards on the first down catch.
I think actually the Scots did themselves a disservice there. They stuffed the run so good the line couldn't get up the field,
right,
making it impossible to get that illegal man downfield we've seen so often last week.
And double-digit penalties for this Bulldog team last week in their win against Trine. 2nd down and 2 from the Scots 37. 2 receivers wide right, 1 out to the left. Boudry takes the snap, fakes to Brueggemann. He's going for Whitaker down the field. Sideline throw incomplete. Just missed him off to the left, and for a guy that has a 70-plus completion percentage, we're not used to seeing that kind of throw from Boudry.
No, Boudry's almost always on the mark, especially when going to Whitaker, because he can play with a little bit more confidence. When you're the quarterback throwing it to a big body wide receiver like Braden Whitaker, you just put it in reach of his wingspan. Odds are he's going to come down with the football right there. They tried to do that, unfortunately, just a little bit too far behind him.
So Brueggemann back in the ball game. 3rd and 2. Bulldogs 1 for 1 on the drive. Noah in the shotgun. McCoy in motion. Give us to Steve McCoy. Bounces off of Scott, and he gets close to the line to gain. It'll depend on the spot. They're going to give him maybe a half yard on third down. So the Scots stretch it out, and it's a fourth down for the Bulldogs. We are in go-for-it situation from the Alma 36-yard line. 7-0 Scots. First possession for Adrian College. And we'll get the Scots crowd in the ball game again. Bring in some more blocking reinforcements. 44 Adam Travers, the freshman offensive lineman. 6'4", 247 goes the freshman. It's going to be a Bulldog formation with Brueggemann taking the direct snap from the shotgun. Claps his hands. Brueggemann lowers the boom. First down, Dogs inside the Scott 35-yard line. Good work following that left side of the line. 77, of course. Bryce Keller, Jack Bush, the left guard, Isaiah Simon there at center. So the Bulldogs convert a fourth down. 8:08 to go in our first quarter. Dogs looking for an answer. Quick hitter out to Braden Whitaker. Whitaker gets wrapped up in the backfield. What a beautiful play out there on the edge there for Alma's number 20, the defensive back, Ryan West. He got through the block of Quinn Hiram and made the tackle on Whitaker. So backs them up 2 yards ahead of the second down play. Ball on the right hash of the Alma 36-yard line. 7.5 to go in our quick-moving first quarter. Ian Wentz, Sean Whitmer with you. It's the MIAA essentially championship. Scots have already celebrated at least a share. Bulldogs trying to keep it a share. Second and long for the Dogs. Boudry goes far side. Whitaker spins outside and tackled after about a 4-yard gainer. Makes it a third down and about 8 for Boudry on the offense.
I think if you can pick up 3 to 4 yards here, you're going for it on fourth. You're outside of field goal range, you might be going for it on fourth either way, so maybe you just go to Bulldog package and see what Brueggemann can get you in this scenario. Although it doesn't look like the personnel to run Bulldog.
62 degrees and breezy in Alma. Winds at 20 miles an hour, gusting over 30 this afternoon. Boudry empties the formation. 3 receivers out to the right, 2 left. Boudry stepping up, goes deep, and there's nobody home. Whitaker stopped on the far sideline, and the pass falls incomplete, and it's a fourth down and 8 for the Bulldog offense. So Boudry thought Whitaker was going deep. Whitaker cut the route off, and a fourth down, and they need the Alma 24. 1 for 1 on fourth down are the Bulldogs. 1 for 3 now on third. McCoy stays in at running back. And we have a timeout on the field. Bulldogs will talk things over with 6:29 left in the first quarter. It is Alma College 7 and Adrian College 0. We'll be back in 30 seconds. This is your home for Bulldog football, the Adrian College Sports Network. The Adrian College Sports Network. Ian Went and Sean Whitmer. A fourth down on the opening drive for the Adrian College football team. Down 7-0. 6:29 to go first quarter. They'll snap this football from the Alma 32. They need the Scots 24. They are 1 for 1 on fourth down on this drive.
No secret what you're doing here. A punt would pin them, but with the wind, you just want to let your quarterback do what he can.
And there's movement. What's going to be this call? An Alma player jumped over, and then Matt Hall moved. And we'll check this flag. Of course, the home fans here below us pointing to Adrian, and the fans across the way pointing to Alma. And this penalty will go against the Scots, so the Bulldogs draw 5 free yards there via penalty. It's a huge call right there.
And I think it's the right call. When you jump offside in that situation, you're telling your offensive line, if you see a player move across from you, you flinch, you jump, you do something because it's encroachment. If it's not offside, you're still getting the same penalty and you're still moving up those 5 yards. It's now 4th and 3.
So Boudry will stand in the shotgun. 2 receivers out wide right. Man goes in motion to the right. Boudry, he's going to look to run. Boudry into a pile, he didn't get it. They tried a quarterback draw and he only got a yard and a half. Alma's defense holds, and the Bulldogs turned aside on offense.
And they tried to do what worked last week. Unfortunately, it's not the same team they played last week, and they put it on film all game last week. Boudry ran for 2 rushing touchdowns on quarterback draws, designed runs. He had 3 total in the game, but 2 of them came from plays just like that. Fortunately, the Scots had seen it enough, and they were ready to stop it.
So Alma's second possession up 7-0. 6:24 left in the first quarter. Carter St. John will take the snap, give to Eddie Williams. Williams jumps to the outside, now cuts back middle. He's grabbed by the Bulldogs secondary man. That's Quincy Dorsey. Finally throwing him out of bounds after a gain of about 16, 17 yards on first down. It's no mystery. 26 is going to get a lot of touches today.
Especially now that they already have the 7-0 lead. Obviously, they're not going to take their foot off the gas, but at the same time, they're going to start running the football a little bit more.
Yeah, so Alma offense goes quick. 3 receivers bunched out to the right side for St. John. Takes the shotgun snap. Bulldogs bring 4, flips it out to his running back, and bumped into by Maddox Woods, but spun off of Maddox into the Bulldogs secondary for a first down gain of 11.
And this is what I was talking about. You have to be the first. If you're the first person there, you have to wrap him up and bring him down. Maddox Woods right there, one of the better linebackers on this team, couldn't.
Bulldogs bring pressure. St. John wrapped up, hands it off to Williams. Williams gets into some space. First down, Scots into the Adrian secondary down to the 25. St. John was being tackled by Chris Jackson and just handed it off behind him to his running back, and Williams picked up a big gain.
Watch the bunch down here to the lower part of the field.
Throw to that side. This is Williams down to the 20-yard line and maybe a couple more. Scott's moving the ball in bunches, and Sean, this is eerily similar to what happened last week against Trine.
Yeah, I mentioned it in the pregame interview with head coach Joe Palka. It's gave up 21 early, but you battled back and you had that momentum rolling throughout the last 3 quarters. They need to pick it up here.
It's going to be a run. Jumping through the middle. Andrew Van Dyke getting carried for a couple more yards. Down near the 10-yard line, Brian Morgan, the senior from Houghton Lake, Michigan, picks up an Alma first down, and they're already at the Adrian College 10 with 4.5 to go in the first quarter. Bulldogs down 7. St. John with the snap. He's going to fake it and rush to the outside. Flip it toward the corner. Touchdown, Scots. He was over the line of scrimmage, though. It looks like there is a flag on the play. Illegal forward pass looks to be the call. And well, we talked about last week Noah Boudry's improvisation. This Carter St. John very comfortable in that quarterback position.
Yeah, and they both really have been so far today.
Just a couple yards off on that one.
I think a couple inches is what the difference was there.
Here comes the call.
Illegal forward pass. Offense number 4. 5 yards from the spot of the foul. Loss of down.
So the loss of down plus the 5 yards back. It's a nice break for this Bulldog defense that's had some trouble early, tackling Williams and taking down St. John.
Yeah, it was great improv skills there on that play from Carter St. John, but what you have to do is in a situation like that, you might as well just take the yard you got, get tackled. You're going to lose the down anyway. No need to flip it up and over.
So they're going to mark it at the 15. Snap back, flipped out, and that's going to bounce the turf and go incomplete. Maddox Woods providing pressure as they try to set up that quick screen on the far side.
I like the idea of bringing Maddox Woods in off the edge on a play like that. He hits hard. He's struggled to wrap up today so far, but, I mean, if you're going to hit the quarterback hard, then I don't think they're going to care whether or not you wrapped them up.
4:25 remaining in the first quarter. 7-0 Scots, and they're on the move again. They scrimmage from the Bulldog 14, left hash. St. John sends a man in motion. That's Zach Poth, right to left. He's on the move. St. John looking that way. Instead throws middle high and through the hands of Bulldog safety Ethan Burrows. Nearly had his 8th interception on the season. And it'll be a 4th down for the Scots. We'll see the field goal unit.
Burrows wants that one back. You know he does.
He does. I mean, it looked like it did go through his hands. I mean, he got up and made a play on the football.
I think it went through his fingertips.
Yeah.
Had so much height on it, he just couldn't get enough elevation, mistimed it maybe just a little bit.
So Jace Heck will try this field goal. It'll be from 31 yards on the left hash. Snap is high, good hold. The kick is up, and it is no good. He missed it to the left. It kind of hooked, and the wind helped it out as well. And boy, Bulldogs get the football back on a kick missed wide left with 4:16 to go in our first quarter. And this is a chance now for this Adrian offense to put some points on the board.
Yeah, and looking back at that last drive, that big run that they had breaking off up the right side, it seemed like everybody was really just kind of stagnant. Their hole opened up well with a seal block to the outside, a one-cut jump because the linebackers were playing on their heels a little bit too much. There later in the drive, the linebackers were firing off. They were getting up the field. That's what you need out of your back line of the front seven.
Adrian's first possession when 11 plays 39 yards, turned it over on downs. Noah Boudry with the shotgun snap, throws short. Ethan Aberger looking for a couple of blocks, goes left side, shoves a Scott on his way to the Bulldog 25-yard line. Picked up 5 on the play, did number 3 in white and black and gold. Sensational season thus far for Ethan Aberger. Every catch separates him from second place in a single season in terms of receptions for the program. 5 yards to go on second down. They'll respot the football. Good to see Trey Brueggemann in the ball game. Bulldog running back. He moves over to Boudry's left side. Noah barking out the protection. Claps his hands, takes the ball, run fake. Boudry rolling to his right, looks for Aberger, and he hangs on. There's a flag on the play. It was a bobble, and what are they going to rule this?
A little confused where the flag would have came from as Aberger caught the ball. The official that threw the flag was looking at Aberger all the way, maybe a late hit or something, but it seemed like the flag came out before any contact.
Could it be one of those, it's a run pass option, so a lineman was downfield again?
But the official that threw it.
That's the call, and it's on Isaiah Simon again. I mean, that's tough. It's 2 plays, right? And at the huddle, it's a run and then a pass off of it. As a lineman, that's tough to see what your quarterback's doing. He's doing all his work behind you.
Well, it's supposed to be quick hitters when you run the RPO like that. And Boudry stood there for a second, didn't see anything, then rolled and tried to fire. Your O-line thinks the ball's already out at this point, so...
Dogs down a score. Boudry sprinting out to his right. Now looks back left. Now goes right again. Boudry flips it to the sideline out of bounds and incomplete. Good coverage by Alma down the field. And with 3:12 to play in our first quarter, Adrian looking at a 3rd and 10, down 7-0.
Looked like Sherwood was trying to draw a call there. He had a little bit of hand fighting going on with the defensive back down the field at about the 45. And then he started working back towards the ball, but his jersey was getting tugged on a little bit. Nothing too egregious by any means. And they haven't called it yet, so it's not like we're expecting them to call something that...
Dogs are 1 for 3 on 3rd down today. They need 10 yards here. Ryan Bromley, the man in motion right to left. This is going to be a run for Brueggemann left side. Upfield for about 4. That's an interesting decision there on 3rd down to run a power run to the left.
I agree with it, though. You've passed on 1st down and 2nd down. It didn't work either time, so you run the ball on 3rd down, and you get enough yardage for your stellar freshman punter to get his boot into one and hope the wind carries it, because the wind has been swirling in that direction primarily.
So the youngster will take the snap. He stands at his own 11-yard line. Snap is back. Tracy foot to leather. This will be fair caught at the Alma 28-yard line. That is Nate Sanders with the fair catch from the Alma 30-yard line. So the Bulldogs get the football after a missed field goal by Alma, and they go 3 plays and out. We'll see what the defense can do here as we look at our yardage so far today. Alma's run 19 plays, 130 yards. Adrian's run 14 plays for 44. I mean, I'm telling you, it's eerily similar to last week. I mean, Trine was putting up big numbers in the first quarter and ultimately a 2-score lead twice. 1st and 10 for the Scots. St. John is going to run fake and get right into the grasp of Liam Carey, and Liam throws him down at the 30.
Well, you can protect the quarterback as much as you want, but right there, he was running back, and that's a tackle. That's a legal tackle on a running back.
Just grabbed him up by the shoulder pads and tossed him down.
If he's in the backfield right there, and that is a play on a actual quarterback, that's a flag.
Right. So the Scots scrimmage from their own 30. Send Poff in motion, right to left. Snap back. Give us to Williams. He gets grabbed up by the face mask as he got to the 30-yard line. And I think everyone that had a flag threw it. I think that was 51 Josh Britt got his Bulldog paw in there. If not, I mean, we'll check the flag. 40 was close as well. That's Steven Moreno. You're just doing all you can, right, Sean, to hopefully grab jersey.
Well, unfortunately.
Yeah, so they do get Britt with the 15-yarder, so that's going to move the football up to the Alma 45 and a 1st down for the Scots.
As a defensive player, you're taught to have your hands in the shoulder pads as much as possible, get into the neck hole, the front of the neck hole, because it's not horse collar if you're in the front of the neck hole, and that's where you want to grab and rip from in order to slingshot a man to the ground. Well, you got a little bit too high there.
Run the right side, or left side, excuse me, and Williams trying to get to that Bulldog edge. Gets 2 or 3 on the play. Tim Simons with the tackle for the Bulldogs. Nice job stretching that run play out to the sideline. The Scots are going to go quick. They like doing this. 90 seconds left in the opening quarter. Run play. Williams through the Bulldog middle, and he's close to a 1st down. They might exactly give him the yardage right there, so move the chains. Eddie Williams putting up big numbers here in the first half. And Alma slows down, looks to the line, or the sideline. 9 rushes, 101 yards for Williams so far with 1 score. So the Scots put 3 out wide to the right. St. John will take the snap, give off to Williams. He's swallowed up right there. That's Liam Carey and Andrew Van Dyke taking down the Alma running back 2 yards behind the line of scrimmage. 2 teammates from Concordia Ann Arbor.
And that's what I've wanted to see out of Andrew Van Dyke a lot more these past few weeks. It seems like he's played a lot more of a stagnant role, kind of rotating in, eating up blocks, but not getting home. Right there, he got home, and he shed off the blockers and got in the backfield.
St. John looking to run, and Van Dyke gets a piece of him just long enough for Bennett Gildy to finish the job. 2, maybe 3 yards on the quarterback draw for St. John.
Looks like they're only going to...
Yeah, that'll be it for the quarter.
Yeah.
A lot of action in the first 15 minutes of play. The score, it is Alma College 7 and Adrian College 0. This is MIAA football on the Adrian College Sports Network. Sports Network. Ian Wendt, Sean Whitmer, Tim Ambrose with you on a Saturday afternoon in Alma. Overcast skies, kind of unseasonably warm. It is quite windy here in Alma. Winds consistently around 20 miles an hour. Those will gust up to 30. And it is for real here today already. At least co-champs Alma College leading your Adrian College Bulldogs 7-0 as we start the second quarter. Again, the scenario, if Adrian College can win this football game, they would earn a share of the conference title and in all likelihood an at-large bid to the NCAA football tournament. Some work to do here. Down a score. Alma on their third possession right now. Their first one they scored, touchdown. The second one they miss a field goal, and they're at the Adrian College 42-yard line for this 3rd and 9.
Question is, how many yards is your coach telling you need before you can go for it on 4th?
Well, we saw him convert a 4th and 10+ on the scoring drive. Man goes in motion. St. John fakes the run, throws middle, caught in a huge hit by Ethan Burrows. Holding onto that one was Sam Couch, the son of the coach. Hangs on for a Scots first down right at the Adrian 30, and Burrows popped him big time. Well, he did that last week against a trying wide receiver. But the Scots convert on 3rd down.
Yeah, and Burrows does a good job at flying all over the field, whether that be making a play in the air to break up a pass, get an interception, whatever it may be, or flying up and making a hit.
You're going to try to run this time. No such luck that time for Brian Morgan, the Bulldog middle, standing tall. I mean, good work there, Andrew Van Dyke. You got Josh Britt in the middle. We'll see some Eric Bush, hopefully as well, 63. Chris Jackson on the edge. Right now, it's Nelson Fernandez in at linebacker, DN, kind of a hybrid look. The loss of 2 makes it 2nd and 10 for the Scots, middle of the field, Bulldog 32-yard line. Wind whistling here at Alma. Here's a run through the middle. Got 2, maybe 3. That's Morgan again. And Liam Carey with just another tackle. This guy is everywhere for the Bulldog defense. He'll give you a quiet 10 or 12 tackles a game.
Yeah, he's very capable. I think the one thing he wishes is that his linebacker duo wasn't as good as it is because it takes some tackles from him.
Alma trying to set up a screen, and they do to Morgan. It's a first down, Alma, and more inside the Adrian College 10. Use the aggressiveness against them, and they get down to the Bulldogs 7-yard line. That's Brian Morgan sneaking out of the backfield. Nice blocking downfield for Alma. So 1st and goal for the Scots from the Bulldogs 7. St. John and Morgan in the backfield. It's going to be a run for Morgan, left side, nothing there. Stood up and driven backwards. That is Liam Carey again, and Andrew Van Dyke combining for a tackle. So they put it right around the line of scrimmage. Forward progress stopped right there. 12:39 left in the first half. It's 7-0 Alma. And they're on the move now. Trips split out to the left side. H-back stays tight to the line on the right side. Bulldogs show 4 across the front. Williams back in the ball game. He's going to get the carry this time. Right side, cuts it back middle. He's close, and he's marked down at the 1. Williams thought he was in, but the Bulldog linebacker again, Liam Carey, saves a touchdown on that play. Puts them in a 3rd and goal situation from the Adrian College 1.
I think if you're the Bulldogs here, you don't want to get caught looking. Last time it was a power run to the left side is what seen the touchdown. As we see Poff give a little bit of a Superman look to his coach, he might be the target here, and he might have just sold it to everyone else.
Yeah, 2 receivers split out to the right. Tight ends to the left. They send the man in motion. That's Poff. He's now on the left side. It's a handoff to Williams. Gets through one, but not the second wave. The Bulldogs stuff him inside the 5. That is Tim Simons, Maddox Woods, Bennett Gildy all in there on the tackle. And now decision time for Coach Couch. So far the offense staying on the field. 4th and goal from the 2, or maybe the 3-yard line. It is from the 3. Alma's offense staying on the field. Up 7-0. 11-11 left in the opening half. From just outside the 2-yard line. Poff in motion, right to left. Snap to St. John. St. John looking back right. Got a man caught. Touchdown, Scots. Miles Haggart, the tight end, snuck out from the left side of the formation across to the right. Wide open for the touchdown as Alma does misdirection. And they are perfect on fourth down offensively, and they lead it 13-0.
Yeah, it was just a little slip out route back behind the entire rest of the motion for the tight end there to get wide open.
Chase Heck to try the point after. That's high, and it is true. 10:57 to go before half. The Scots strike again. We'll see what this Bulldog offense can do when we come back. Ian Wentz, Sean Whitmer will be back in 30 on the Adrian College Sports Network. Alma. 8-1 Adrian College, 7-2 Alma College. Couple teams just outside the polls top 25, depending which one you look at. Here we have the home team Alma leading your Bulldogs 14-0. Ian Wentz, Sean Whitmer, Tim Ambrose with you this afternoon. Here's the Alma run up and the kick. It is high. It could be returnable, and it will be by Moreno over the left side, and he's up near the Bulldog 25, and that's where this drive will start for 1st and 10. So Adrian's third possession now. They turned it over on downs, and they punted on their last possession. So third chance for Boudry and company with plenty of time. We know how quickly this offense can strike, but Alma's defense has done a number so far.
And I think the other side of that coin is the Bulldogs are going to be getting on their defense right now. You've had a couple chances to get Alma off the field, and you've just kind of fallen for the fake, fallen for the eye candy.
Boudry in the backfield. Shotgun look with Brueggemann out to his right. Looks to Trey, now goes back middle. There's the tight end, Ryan Brumley. Caught upfield for about 4 yards on that one.
I like the shuffle motion from Brueggemann in the backfield. When he's shuffling to his right, most other times when he does that, it's a quick screen pass to him. Now you've shown your other option out of it.
3 receivers out wide left. Whitaker, the lone receiver, out to the right side. 2nd down and 6 for the Bulldogs. Claps his hands, takes the snap. Alma brings 5. Boudry throws late, batted at the line and incomplete. That Alma pressure got there eventually. Initially a good pickup by the Bulldog front, but Boudry couldn't find anyone downfield.
No, and it looks like the Scots just made a wholesale change for their passing front. So if you're the Bulldogs, you need to capitalize on this being the unit that clearly isn't trusted on 1st and 2nd.
Boudry now 7 of 10, 38 yards. Clock stops, 10:19 left in the first half. Bulldogs down 2 touchdowns. Boudry in the shotgun, 3 receivers to the left, 1 to the right again. His running back Brueggemann next to him. He's going to go out into a pattern. Boudry's going to tuck it and run, get popped at the 28-yard line, and dropped for a loss. Adrian tries I don't know if it was a design run or not, Sean, and Alma's read that like a book.
It looked like it was a designed run because normally when a quarterback steps up and runs with wide receivers running routes, first off, the routes they're running aren't all vertical routes. Right there, everybody on the back end was running a vertical route. Nobody was upset about the fact that they didn't get the ball. That's usually when you see it was a quarterback run.
You wonder if the wind is factoring into this as it's starting to whip here in Alma. High snap grab, though, by Cooper Tracy and drives it into that Alma wind. Takes a good Bulldog roll inside the Scots 20. This thing's still going inside the 10 and rolls out at the 9-yard line. What a boot by Cooper Tracy from Adrian's 29 to the Alma 9.
Well, we've said that he has a phenomenal leg. I didn't expect that one. It bounced at about the 30, carried for another 11 yards to get down, or 21 yards to get down to the 9.
If you're a golfer, that's a bump and run. That's exactly what that is.
Well, he ran off the field afterwards, so you might want to start calling it a bump and run here as well.
So they're going to move the football. Alma, yeah, it's at the 9. They were getting ready to scrimmage from the 14. They'll actually put it at the 10, even though it clearly rolled out at the 9. Okay, we'll call it 1st and 10 from the 10. St. John claps his hands, takes, hands off. Scots get to the edge. It's Morgan again, and Adrian just can't hold the edge on these outside runs. It's 10 yards that time and a first down.
And that's the interesting part. They moved Chris Jackson from defensive tackle to defensive end because of the edge rush capability.
Another run for Morgan, and he gets folded over at 30 by 35, Ethan Burrows. Pickup of 5 to the 25.
Craziest part to me is the fact that this is one of the best run defenses in the country at this level, and the Scots are playing as if it's one of the lower-ranked defenses out there.
Over 120 on the ground for Alma. St. John thinks about running. Now he's going to flip it out far sideline. Incomplete. Morgan was in the area of that one as smart play by number 4 for the Scots.
I guess within technicality, Morgan was in the area, but the ball was far enough away that if there was pass interference on that play, it would have been waved off because it wasn't catchable.
So Bulldogs looking to get off the field here. 8:41 left in the first half. 14-0 Alma. They need their own 30 for a first down to the Scots. St. John hands off to Morgan. There's Maddox Woods and Liam Carey. He needed 5, got about 4. And this is a tough decision for Coach Couch. And you know what wasn't a tough decision for him is putting on the kilt today. Gotta love that. No? It wasn't a tough decision. He's wearing that kilt.
It wasn't a tough decision. You are right about that. I'll give you that one.
All right, Bulldogs got to be aware of fake possibility. They gave one up against Kalamazoo a few weeks ago.
And they had one against Calvin.
They did, yes. The Alma punter is listed as Bryce Kempf. He stands inside his own 15, takes the snap. It'll be a simple boot. Aberger waves for a fair catch, and he'll make it at the 35-yard line. Had 29 pretty close to him right there. That was Raphael Payne. And with that, it'll be a Bulldog first down. And the defense, again, this is eerily similar to Trine, Sean. I mean, it's 14-0 midway through our second quarter, and this is kind of where the offense picked up the scoring last week.
Yeah, I think the Bulldogs need to come in with the mindset of every drive it's 0-0. You have to play loose, you have to play free. You can't play like every drive matters the most. If you play loose and free, the things will fall into place for you.
AC averaging 2.7 yards of play. Alma 5.5. They're 65 yards from pay dirt here on a 1st and 10. Noah Boudry, the senior transfer, stands at his 30, claps his hands, takes, fakes, throws far side. It's a catch by Whitaker. Puts on the brakes, goes upfield. It'll be a Bulldog first down. We've seen that plenty this season from number 16.
Yeah, we just haven't seen it enough today, as it's a nice job by Boudry. It's a one-read fire, and luckily for him, that one read was Braden Whitaker, who's going to make the most out of that play after the catch.
Give him 12 on the reception and run. Dogs going quickly to the line. Whitaker out wide left. Aberger in motion right to left. Boudry looking his way. Catch made by Ethan. Up to the 50, 45, and down inside the Alma 45 at around the 41-yard line. Nice catch and run for number 3. Nice blocking, Quinn Hiram and Braden Whitaker.
Yeah, the Scots fans wanted a holding on Quinn Hiram there, but he let go by the time that Aberger got past him, and it was actually the Scott defender pushing him. So no longer holding at that point.
Tyler Greer checks in. He's part of that bunch formation to the left side of the line of scrimmage. Boudry's going to run fake. Gets hit as he throws. It's high and incomplete. Going for Whitaker. The Alma rusher in there quickly. There was 55, Jamie McDavid, the 6', 270-pound senior out of Detroit.
And if that ball is on the mark, then Whitaker is probably breaking free for a touchdown with how we've seen him shed arm tackles this year. He had one step beating the defensive back. Everything else would have been up to him.
So it brings up a 2nd and 10 for the Bulldogs. 6:51 to go before half. 14-0 Alma. Adrian will get the football to start the third quarter. Boudry with time. Looking, processing, catch made by Greer. Gets through the first Alma tackle, and the second he's churning those legs to the Alma 25-yard line. Pickup of 16 and a Bulldog first down. Great protection up front by that offensive line. So first down, Adrian, and from the 25-yard line. Best this offense has looked so far today. You would think you're in Jack Boyke's field goal range, but this wind is very precarious. You'd love to score 6 and then the extra point here. McCoy in it, running back with Boudry. It's going to be a pitch out to McCoy. McCoy cuts back down near the 21-yard line, and that's where he is dumped by a couple of Alma defenders. Steve McCoy's been a pleasant addition to this Bulldog backfield. You know, we've seen a lot of Carson Schrader early, haven't seen him much late, dealing with some injuries. 22's done a nice job.
Yeah, and he's making a case to kind of split carries next year, especially being a younger running back in the backfield room.
They split him out wide to the left with 2 other receivers. Boudry alone in the shotgun, 2nd and medium. Noah looks, passes, caught. No, it's dropped by Greer. Had him open at the Alma 15, hit him right in the chest, and he couldn't complete the catch.
That's the unfortunate part about when you rotate players. Greer hasn't had a chance to play as much recently, so he's finally getting his opportunity to catch a ball like that, and he's getting in his head. He's thinking, oh, I got to make sure I get my feet down. I have to make sure I look the ball in. I have to make sure I'm not going to get hit. Just so many things running through his mind all at once. He leads to a mistake.
Adrian needs 6 yards for a first down. They scrimmage from the Alma 21. Boudry alone in the shotgun. Throws far side, caught by Whitaker. Needs a bunch of blocking. He dives ahead to the 18. And this will bring up another 4th down and short situation for Adrian College. Keeping the offense out there. Bulldogs are 1 for 2 on 4th down. Alma 3 for 3 today. Bulldogs are 1 for 5 on 3rd. Alma 2 for 7. Bring in some extra blocking this time. We do see Carson Schrader listed as the backup running back in the ballgame.
I almost want to see the fake snap here, trying to get the Scots to jump offside.
It's going to be a Bulldog formation. There's 5 seconds on the play clock, and they need to burn a timeout. So they're going to talk things over. We're going to talk things over in the booth with 4:46 to go before half. It's Alma 14, Adrian 0. We'll be back with a 4th down on the Adrian College Sports Network. On the Adrian College Sports Network, Ian Wendt and Sean Whitmer, Tim Ambrose, all part of your crew on this Saturday afternoon. It's essentially MIAA championship weekend on the football side. Adrian College with possession, down 14-0, 4:46 left in the second quarter. They scrimmage from the Alma 18. It's a 4th down and 3. Boudry, the quarterback, will stand in and take the shotgun snap. Sends Tyler Greer in motion left to right. It's going to be a run fake. Boudry, nowhere to go. Noah stepping up. Noah has some room. He's got a Bulldog first down and more inside the Scott 10 and tackled at the 9. The Scots blew up the initial play, but some improv by Noah Boudry.
Well, we were hoping to not see a power run to the left, as it seemed like the Bulldogs were kind of relying on that a little bit too much. It ends up being a run to the left, but definitely not a powerful one, as Boudry had to scramble to make it happen.
The unintended. Here's Noah with the snap, looking short, caught by Aberger. He dives for the goal line. He's in for the Bulldog touchdown. Noah Boudry to Ethan Aberger from 9 yards out, and the Bulldogs are on the board with 4:11 left in the half.
Great job by the Bulldogs there. You're going to get the man open right over the middle, sit down route, just a little hitch, catches it, turns 180 about as fast as he can, gets upfield, and lunges for that touchdown. Cut the lead in half.
Much needed score there for this offense. Ethan Aberger with another touchdown catch this season. Jack Boyke in for the extra point. And it is up, away, and it is right through. The Bulldog hold right there. Brody Moore, shout out number 42. And Boyke, who has set a record for extra points in a season, continues that and makes it 14-7. So again, eerily similar to last week. Bulldogs get down 2 scores. Offense gets an answer. And we'll see if the formula continues where the Adrian defense just put the clamps on trying after the first quarter onward last week.
Sometimes it takes a little bit to get your feet underneath you on the defensive side of the ball because it is so much reliant on your knowledge of the game and your knowledge of everyone else's role as well. For the offensive line, it's like that on offense. The quarterback is like that. Running back, it's like that on running plays, but everyone doesn't need to know what everyone else is doing on every offensive play. On every defensive play, everyone has to trust and know what each other is doing.
Adrian goes 9 plays in just over 3.5 minutes. 9 plays, 65 yards for the score. And that ball does not want to stay on the tee. Again, 20-mile-an-hour winds consistent. Overcast for the most part. The sun has peered through a couple of times, and they're going to need someone to hold this football in place. Ethan Layton gets the honor. Adrian College defensive back, who's a sophomore from Maybe. He's seen some action here this season in the secondary.
And I'll be interested to see what Layton does after he holds this. Some guys trot down the field slow, some play safe, some sprint down ready to hit.
Boyke from the 35. It's a short kickoff high into the sky. Fair caught at the 21-yard line. That's Alma's number 50, Trevor Grandy, and that's where the Scots will begin 1st and 10. So, Sean, that win clearly playing into some special teams here this afternoon. Because Boyke has a leg to get it through the end zone.
I think that plays a lot into the fact that you don't have that extra gunner running down in
that
late.
Too.
So you want to play it safe and don't give up a silly special teams play just because you didn't have as many players as you would have liked.
So the rule is fair catch inside the 25 and a kickoff. Moves it to the 25-yard line. Here's a run for Williams to the left side. Goes ahead for 2 or 3 on the play. Ethan Burrows, one of the Bulldogs there on the stop. Quincy Dorsey as well. So give Williams 4 on the rush. 2:49 before half. 14-7 Scots. St. John looking left, rolling that way. Has his man caught. Leans ahead for a first down. Number 1 with the catch, Brock Miller, the senior out of St. John's, Michigan. S-A-T-I-N. St. John's, Michigan. So ball right at the Scots 35. 3.5 to go before half. Scots going quick. St. John in the pocket, going deep. It's up in the air and batted up by Dorsey and intercepted by Ethan Burrows. His 8th of the season. That's a tip drill to perfection. Bulldog football, 1st and 10.
And what a phenomenal job by Ethan Burrows to grab that ball and go the other way. Read it perfectly. Quincy Dorsey does a good job at extending his arm and punching that ball into the air. That's exactly what you're taught to do, especially in one-on-one coverage.
So 8 INTs on the season for Ethan Burrows. 9 is the program record for a single season. So Adrian with the football, first down at their own 38-yard line on the tip pick off by Ethan Burrows. Dogs down 7, 3:24 before half. Ball on the right hash as the Bulldogs move right to left. Noah Boudry in the shotgun, coming off a touchdown pass to Ethan Aberger. It's going to be a straight run for Trey Brueggemann. Brueggemann through the middle, lowers the shoulder and takes a couple of Scots up to the 45. Alma says the ball is out. And they're going to say he's down, I believe. What is the call, actually? They're going to stop the play.
Far side official was ruling that the play had stopped there.
No, yeah, they're going to point Adrian's way. So, ball down right there. Whether his knee or other qualifying body part was down or forward progress stopped, it's a Trey Brueggemann run of 7 yards. 3 minutes left to go in the first half. Bulldogs down to score. Boudry with the snap. Pass to Aberger. Grabbed at the 45 and wrestled down right there. A couple of Scots in there quickly. One of those being number 32. That is Parker Schumann. So the Bulldogs still need 3 here on third down. After the Alma interception thrown by Carter St. John, Adrian looking at a third down. They need 3. They're 1 for 6 on third down in this game. Heavy set to the left. It's going to be a run fake. Boudry, long throw, caught by Aberger. First down, Dogs at the Alma 49. That is a high-level throw for Noah Boudry. That is left hash to right sideline into the wind, and a nice grab by Aberger. As the clock approaches 2 minutes, we've hit the 2-minute timeout here in Alma. Bulldogs at the Scott 49 and driving. 14-7 Alma. We'll be back. This is Adrian College Football on the Adrian College Sports Network. Back on the Adrian College Sports Network. 2 minutes left to go before half. Adrian College with the football. 1st and 10 at the 49. Ian Wentz, Sean Whitmer, Tim Ambrose with you today. It's a run fake for Brueggemann. Boudry going deep. Aberger with a step. He's got it over the shoulder. Catch inside the Scott 10. 1st and goal. Bulldogs. There's a deep shot down the field. Beautiful run fake, and Boudry put it right there.
That's an absolutely great job by Aberger to break out free over the top, looking for his second touchdown on the day. Unfortunately, got chased down from behind. That second touchdown would have put him at 10 on the season, 2 away from tying the individual record.
So minute 30, Bulldogs taking their time now. It's now inside 10 on the play clock. Boudry in the shotgun with Brueggemann as running back. 5 wide. It's going to be a run for Trey. Bounced off 1 at the 4, and he's down near the 3. Following Bryce Culler, Jack Bush, and a timeout on the field, I believe. Question is who took it. I would assume Alma. And that is the case. The Scots take a timeout with 1:15 left in the first half. It's 14-7. Adrian down 1 score. Looking at yardage, total plays for Adrian, they've gotten a little bit closer. 31 plays, 168 yards to Alma's 40 plays, 216. So the offense starting to churn things a little bit, spurred on by that defense, which has just been ball hawks this season. Ethan Burrows, his 8th interception, this season alone.
Yeah, and I mean, the numbers say that when you look at the records that everybody on this team is close to breaking, just how historic a year it's been for everyone, but especially Ethan Burrows. You can control how many times you're going to pass for, touchdowns. You can control how many times you're going to rush for a touchdown based on play calling. You can't control if you're going to get an interception.
No, well said. Looking at Adrian's quarterback, Noah Boudry, today, 15 of 21, 140 yards, 1 touchdown, a long of 44. We just saw that to Aberger. He's been sacked 1 time here this afternoon. His leading receiver, Aberger, 8 catches, 95 yards, and a touchdown. Sun's starting to peek out through our clouds here in Alma. Shotgun snap to Noah Boudry, fakes the pitch right, cuts back left, into the end zone for an Adrian College touchdown. Ran right behind Bryce Keller. Jack Bush, Isaiah Simon, that run fake right, brought him back left, and we're an extra point away from tying this game. And as a team, they've now tied the single season rushing touchdowns record. They're up to 30. They now tie the 2017 and 1980 team for rushing TDs.
I believe that's going to be their 29th as a team, hitting that tiebreaker.
Boyke to tie the game. It's an awkward-looking kick, but it goes through nonetheless. And we are back to where we started. I think there's an oldie song that goes something like that. 1:11 to go before half. We'll take a 30-second timeout. The Bulldogs to kick it off when we come back on the Adrian College Sports Network. College Sports Network, Ian Wentz, Sean Whitmer, Tim Ambrose on a Saturday afternoon in Alma. It's 14-14, Adrian and Alma. Bulldogs to kick off after the Ethan Burrows interception turns into 7 points the other way. Noah Boudry with a touchdown run. 3-yard scamper. We're back to where we started. Alma with that quick strike offense. They'll have plenty of time with 2 timeouts. Boyke's kick is short, and it's going to fall at the 25, and that's a loose football at the Alma 30. Who's on top of it? Who has it? Scramble at the 28. I can't imagine what's going on in that pile right now. Vying for possession. Where is it going? Alma let it drop at their 26. It's a Bulldog football. They steal possession. It's going to be a first down at the 27-yard line.
Well, you said you couldn't imagine what's going on in that pile. Unfortunately, I can. And let me tell you, not a fun experience to be at the bottom of a dog pile. And in that dog pile, the Dogs came out with the football.
My goodness, they're actually going to mark it at the 28-yard line. Alma blunder on the kick coverage. And Adrian with the football at the 28-yard line, looking for their first lead of this game. 69 seconds left in the first half. Noah Boudry right back out on offense. Just ran one in moments ago. It's going to be a quick throw back to Aberger. It's a double pass. Greer just off his fingertips. He had him. Little hesitation maybe by Greer, but a wonderful play call. Aberger nearly threw a touchdown pass. It was a backwards lateral pass from Noah Boudry to Ethan Aberger, and Greer went streaking down the field.
You know what I think would be a great play call here? Same thing, but instead you just flip it to Brueggemann and let him throw it.
2nd and 10 for the Bulldogs. Boudry to pass. Alma brings pressure, throws over the middle. Brumley with a grab and a first and 10, I should say, inside the Scots, 15 to the 13.
Seen an official, it looked like he threw his hat in the back of the
It
play.
could have blown off,
I
Sean,
think that's
to be
exactly
honest.
what happened.
Yes.
The way he picked it up.
First down, Adrian. Boudry to pass. Brumley again inside the Scots 10. Quickly tackled by safety Brock Boudry. Boudry out of Trenton, senior.
Pretty close to Monroe. Could have some small relation, even if they don't know about it.
30 seconds and counting, and we have a whistle. The officials stop the clock for a moment. Adrian does have one timeout left. Clock running now, 28 seconds. Second down and short for the Dogs. Noah Boudry to pass. Batted at the line and incomplete. Looking for Aberger. I think it was 32 for the Scots. It's Parker Schumann getting his big paw up there. 6'3", 240-pound junior out of Petoskey.
I almost thought Aberger caught the ball for a second from this angle. Here I have a little bit of a pillar in my way. I leaned over and it looked like Aberger fought through the contact to come down with it.
Oh, people with better eyes say it was Jack Anderson. He's only 6'4", 275. You know, 21 seconds left in the half. Adrian with the football. 3rd and 4 from the Alma 7. Looking to take their first lead, and there is a whistle before this play. And someone's going to talk it over. And it will be the Scots defense taking the timeout here with 21 seconds left in this first half. We'll keep it right here from Balke Field in Alma. Again, if you missed our pregame discussion, it is a championship weekend on many levels. If Alma wins this game, they are the outright conference champion, get the automatic bid. Hope on their way to victory against Olivet today. If they win, they're going to get in that large bid. They've been ranked inside the top 20 much of the season in the national poll. And the flip side of that, if Adrian can win this football game, it'd trigger a 3-way tie at the top. Plenty of things complicated there if Adrian College wins in terms of the tiebreaker scenario for the conference's automatic qualifier. Sean has all those notes for you.
Yeah, so if Adrian wins, Adrian College... If Adrian wins and Hope loses, Adrian College will get the automatic qualifier, of course. With an Adrian win, there is no chance that... Or mind you, there's no chance Hope can win outright in general.
Looking at a 3rd and 3 from the Alma 7. Boudry with the shotgun snap. Looks middle, back of the end zone, caught! Toe tap, touchdown, Braden Whitaker. 7-yard strike from Boudry to Braden, and the Bulldogs take their first lead of this game. It's 20-14.
Well, I talked about Ethan Aberger potentially tying the receiving touchdown record if he needed to. The record right now is 12. Noah Boudry is just 2 passing touchdowns away from tying Jack Werzer. Man, for the passing touchdowns in a single season.
That's some elite company right there. The school's all-time passing leader. Boyke on for the extra point, held by Moore. Scots get pressure, but not quite in time. And the senior kicker bangs it through. 16.6 to go before half. It is 21-14. Sean, Alma with 2 turnovers, really helping out this Adrian cause.
Yeah, and if you're the defense now, your head is growing more and more, and your ego is going to get there. And playing defense with an ego, yeah, you can get beat sometimes, but this Bulldogs defense has played that way all season, and that's how they play at their best. Taking another look over here at some broken records that we've yet to talk about, Noah Boudry is officially the passing yard record holder for an individual in a single season. He needed 90 to tie coming into today. He's sitting at 167 passing yards thus far. That passes Jack Werzer from 2019, who had 2,450.
So now an Alma kick coverage or kick return unit that'll have themselves on high alert. The last Boyke kickoff landed harmlessly at the Alma 26, and the Bulldogs came away with the football and marched it down the field to take their first lead today.
If Boudry breaks that passing touchdown record, this will be the greatest quarterback season in Adrian College football history.
Wow.
Without a doubt.
And he took plenty of time off in that Teal game and the Manchester game.
Olivet as well.
Olivet. Here's a Boyke kickoff. He's going to send this one a little bit deeper. Scott Returnman has a bounce off his shoulder pad. It's scooped up inside the 10. And the Bulldogs have scored him out of bounds shy of the 20-yard line. That's Alfonso Gray III, the junior from Detroit with that return. 12 and a half seconds left in this half. And the Scots with one timeout. We'll see what they decide to do as they will be kicking off to begin the third quarter. So might see a little trick play here from the Scots.
If I'm the Scots, I'm taking a knee. Everything has fallen away from you in these past few minutes. Take a knee, go to the second half, and live to fight another day.
That looks to be what they're doing as running back Eddie Williams about 12 yards behind the center. He's going to snap it to Carter St. John, and he will follow Sean's suggestion and take a knee, and we'll go to the half. The score from Alma, 2 quarters in. It's your Adrian College Bulldogs 21 and the Alma College Scots 14. And it looked very similar to last week, Sean, and it gave up 21 in the first quarter. They stormed back for a big-time victory. And, what turned? What do you think happened there for this football team? And they were down 14-0 here pretty quick again.
Confidence. It's confidence. On the defensive side of the ball, the offense, it's going to take you some time at occasions to really get things rolling. But for defense, it's a lot of confidence. And you have some phenomenal defensive coaches on this team. They understand that beating your guys up when they make a couple mistakes, they misread something, they aren't as aggressive as maybe they should be, you need to tell them, hey, pick it up. But if you get on them too harsh or you talk to them the wrong way, all you're going to end up doing is making them turn inside a shell, and they're not going to play as good.
All right, some quick stats from our first half. Noah Boudry, Adrian quarterback, 18 of 26, 167 yards, 2 touchdowns, no interceptions. Receiving, Ethan Aberger, 8 catches, 95 yards, and a score. Braden Whitaker, 6 catches, 31 yards, and a touchdown. Ryan Brumley, 3 catches for 25 Bulldog yards. For Alma, Carter St. John, 8 of 15, 67 yards, a touchdown, and an interception. It is Eddie Williams doing the work for Alma. 14 carries, 118 yards, and 1 touchdown today. Their leading receiver in terms of yardage is their backup running back, Brian Morgan, 1 catch, 22 yards. And other than that, really a spread-around effort for the Scots in terms of receiving. Let's look at some defensive numbers real quick, Sean, and then I know you have some fun stats to let our fans know about. Liam Carey in the first half, 9 total tackles. Ethan Burrows with 7 and the interception. Andrew Van Dyke with 6 tackles. Quincy Dorsey, Bennett Gildy each with 4. Tim Simons with 3 to lead the Bulldogs. And we're going to go back to the record book a little bit.
Yeah, so thanks to our fantastic sports information department and Mike Prang. He gave us some records that have been broken or will break here soon. Rushing touchdowns, that's tied right now at 29. These are team records to begin with, so rushing touchdowns tied at 29. Pass attempts, we need 51 to tie. Boudry is currently sitting at 26. Pass completions was broken. That record was set last year with 209. The new record, 217 coming into today. 18 already added to that total. Passing yards, needed 205 to tie. We are up at 167 as of right now. Passing touchdowns, 3 to tie. We're 1 away in that category. Total offense, 481 to tie. Total points, that record was broken with 373. Touchdowns was broken with 51. Interceptions as a team, they were 4 away coming in. The Ethan Burrows one knocks it down to 3. That record has stood since 1984. Taking a look at some of the individual numbers, Noah Boudry, pass completions with his 202nd last week. Noah Boudry passing yards has that record all to himself. Completion percentage currently led by Noah Boudry. He's 2 passing touchdowns away from holding the passing touchdown record. Ethan Aberger broke the receptions record last week. Aberger and Whitaker came into this game tied, 4 away from tying the single season receptions record, or receiving touchdowns record. That record is Jaron McGraw from 2018. He had 12. Jack Boyke, PATs made, as you mentioned, was broken with his 42nd. He has also tied PAT attempts. He needed one, or actually took the record because he's had two. He's had three in this game.
That's right.
So he took the record in that category. Cooper Tracy, currently average punt yards, is the record.
Oh, man. I see who he's beaten so far.
He's currently beating Samuel Afada from 2023. 40.96 was the average punt yards for Afada that season. Ethan Burrows is one away from tying the interception record. That record currently sits at 9. It is Dan McCowan from 2004. Liam Carey and Tim Simons both one forced fumble away from tying the record, and Nelson Fernandez one fumble recovery away from tying the record. Those are the fumble recovery record currently tied with Jay Gilmore and Chris Hodos, 98 and 92. That's 4 fumble recoveries in a season.
All right, again, thanks to Sports Information Director Mike Krang for giving us those numbers. We are at the half from Alma. It's the MIAA football championship game. Bulldogs looking for a share. Scott's looking to win it outright. It is Adrian College 21, Alma 14. At the half, we will take a break. Sean and I will be back for your third quarter of play in just a little bit. Again, 21-14 Dogs over the Scots on the Adrian College Sports Network.
Bulldog fans, remember to follow Adrian College TV on social media. For game highlights and campus events, you can catch it all on Instagram, Facebook, TikTok, and X at Adrian College TV. Don't forget to subscribe to our YouTube channel to catch all our future streams live and support your Bulldogs.
The Adrian College Media Production House provides opportunities for students to learn and grow live on the airwaves, just like Matt Kibbe.
I've gotten a chance to create a relationship with coaches and teams and learn more from people instead of trying to teach myself something. Got an opportunity to expand my knowledge of sports, hone in on my skills as a broadcaster, learn about equipment in different ways. You get more of a connection with professors as well.
Providing opportunities, growing leadership. The Adrian College Media Production House. Thanks for tuning in.
You stand today, students, on the threshold of a magical time in your life. A time of significant growth and introspection, self-awareness, challenge, and great opportunity. A time that you will always look back on.
This is the Arrington Bookstore at Adrian College, the place to get game day ready, represent your clubs and organizations, and be Bulldog proud. With a wide selection of merchandise and a smile at every visit, stop by inside the Kane Student Center to pick up your Adrian College wares and make it another great day to be a Bulldog.
I'm a special ed social worker.
And I'm a third-year public affairs major.
I'm an action filmmaker.
Jevi is like a consolidated platform where I can have focused information in a couple swipes.
You can be another small voice that adds to a beautiful space. That's what I'm here for.
Hi, I'm Aubrey Morgan, the current student government president here at Adrian College. I chose Adrian College because of the campus size. Campus feels like a fun, energetic community where everyone knows each other. If you want to see what Adrian has to offer for you, you can schedule an in-person visit at adrian.edu/campus-visit.
Adrian College is shaping the future of higher education and leading the way in innovation and excellence. Ranked first in most innovative schools and second in best value in undergraduate teaching in the Midwest by U.S. News and World Report, Adrian College is recognized for its commitment to innovation, quality education, and affordability. Offering 71 undergraduate programs, 13 graduate programs, and a 1-to-15 faculty-to-student ratio, our students receive personalized attention and a cutting-edge education. With state-of-the-art facilities, 10 academic institutes, and 50 competitive sports teams, Adrian fosters growth both inside and outside the classroom. From small class sizes to championship-level athletics, we provide the tools and experiences you need to succeed. Join a community that prioritizes your success. Start your journey with us, where your potential is realized. Discover Adrian College.
Adrian College is a private liberal arts institution known for its diverse academic programs, strong emphasis on experiential learning, vibrant campus life, and commitment to fostering a supportive community. Want to visit Adrian College for yourself? Visit our website at adrian.edu/campusvisit.
Are you looking to become a future Bulldog and get recruited by Adrian College? Do you display characteristics of tenacity, drive, and determination? With over 50 teams on campus, there are plenty of opportunities to further both your athletic and academic career. For all recruiting inquiries, head to www.adrianbulldogs.com and click on the Recruit Me tab at the top right of your screen. Your future with the Bulldogs is closer than ever.
The diploma you will receive symbolizes your efforts and distinguishes you as a highly educated person, learned in the arts and sciences and prepared for a life of achievement and great accomplishment.
Adrian College has built something very special. You've created not just an academic environment, but a culture of physical excellence, discipline, and resilience. You've turned this college into a place where pushing the limits isn't the exception, it's the expectation.
We leave here with countless memories, loyal friendships, and moments that have shaped our character far beyond what we could have imagined when we stepped onto campus. So now, class of 2025, we've come a long way, and I know as we step into this next chapter, we'll step into a new exciting adventure. I know we will do so in faith, in confidence, and in gratitude. Thank you guys, and congratulations, Adrian College, class of 2025.
Before the achievements, before the celebrations, there's the work. Early mornings, late nights. Every challenge faced, every extra effort made.
Every victory starts with preparation.
We value leadership, resilience, and innovation. No victory without work. Because success isn't given, it's earned. Welcome to Adrian College.
Bulldog fans, remember to follow Adrian College TV on social media. For game highlights and campus events, you can catch it all on Instagram, Facebook, TikTok, and X at AdrianCollegeTV. Don't Don't forget to subscribe to our YouTube channel to catch all our future streams live and support your Bulldogs.
The Adrian College Media Production House provides opportunities for students to learn and grow live on the airwaves, just like Matt Kibbe.
I've gotten a chance to create a relationship with coaches and teams and learn more from people instead of trying to teach myself something. Gotten an opportunity to expand my knowledge of sports, hone in on my skills as a broadcaster, learn about equipment in different ways. You get more of a connection with professors as well.
Providing opportunities, growing leadership. The Adrian College Media Production House. Thanks for tuning in.
You stand today, students, on the threshold of a magical time in your life. A time of significant growth and introspection, self-awareness, challenge, and great, great opportunity. A time that you will always look back on.
This is the Arrington Bookstore at Adrian College, the place to get game day ready, represent your clubs and organizations, and be Bulldog proud. With a wide selection of merchandise and a smile at every visit, stop by inside the Kane Student Center to pick up your Adrian College wares and make it another great day to be a Bulldog.
Here at the half at Alma College, Ian Wendt and Sean Whitmer with you. The score at the break, it's Adrian College 21 at Alma College 14. The Scots score the first 14. The Bulldogs score the next 21. Looking around the rest of the conference this afternoon, all teams in action. The early game already done. Calvin beats Albion 53-24. Nice win for the Knights. A tough season for the Britons comes to a close. Kalamazoo and Trine, they're knotted up in a good one. It's 24-19. KZoo on top on the road over the Thunder, 24-19. They are late in the fourth quarter. KZoo looking to cap off a victory there. Well, if you're a Bulldog fan or even a Scott fan, you were hoping for Olivet's best game of the year. You did not get it as Hope runs all over Olivet. That game not quite over yet. It is 63-6. Hope over Olivet. And, well, if you're a Hope fan, you're kind of pulling for an Adrian College win here to share the MIAA title. And again, if you're the Scots, it's simple. You win, you get that conference title, the automatic bid to the NCAA tournament. And we've gone through the scenario a couple times. Alma wins and get the auto bid, the regular season championship outright. They already have at least a share no matter what happens here today. If Adrian can win, that creates a three-way tie, technically at the top of the league. The AQ automatic qualifier goes to the Flying Dutchman. We're getting down to fourth tiebreakers. Head-to-head, they all beat each other. Their record against the next highest opponent, they all beat them. Then overall record, that would actually bump the Scots out of the three-way race with their two non-conference losses. It'd be Adrian versus Hope. Head-to-head then goes right back to the Flying Dutchman. But big picture, it's essentially a win and you're in the football postseason for the Bulldogs. Looking at all the rankings and the computerized polls as well, it's looking like if the Dogs can find a way here to win, they'd be the second team representing the MIAA along with Hope in the NCAA tournament. Once again, looking at our first half stats, Noah Boudry, Bulldog quarterback, 18 of 26 for 167 yards, 2 touchdowns, and a long of 44. His best receiver, his favorite guy today, has been Ethan Aberger, 8 receptions, 95 yards, and 1 touchdown. Braden Whitaker had the go-ahead score on 6 catches and 31 yards. Noah Boudry has also rushed the ball 4 times for 13 yards and 1 touchdown on the day. The leading yardage getter is Trey Brueggemann. He has 5 rushes for 17 yards. The Alma quarterback, Carter St. John, 8 for 15, 67 yards in the first half, 1 touchdown, 1 interception. Eddie Williams leading the charge running for the Scots. 14 attempts, 118 yards, and 1 touchdown. Leading receiver for Alma in that first half was their more pass-catching running back Brian Morgan, 1 reception and 22 yards. The touchdown receiving for the Scots was Miles Haggard, the tight end. Sean, we're keeping an eye on a couple other football games across the country, as those things would help decide any potential at-large bid. The Scots are going to kick off this football to the Adrian College kickoff return unit to begin our third quarter of play. Will Solier, the sophomore out of Frankenmuth, Michigan, will kick this one off once teams switch sides of the field. Coach Joe Palka in his second season as the Bulldog head football coach, 6-4 last year, 8-1 this season. Trying to put a huge bow on the end of this regular season. If you're Jason Couch for the Scots, you're looking for an unblemished conference record, highlighted by the win at Hope earlier in the season in overtime. 2 games in the conference caught national attention. The Bulldogs beating Valparaiso in week 1, and then Alma's overtime win at Hope College. They have not looked back since then. Scots lining up for this kickoff. Deep are Quincy Dorsey and Steve McCoy for the Bulldogs. This will be a high kick. McCoy will let it bounce into the end zone for a touchback. And we'll see if Noah Boudry can keep that fire lit that he had at the end of the second quarter.
So for Bulldog fans listening at home, Ian had mentioned I was looking at some of the other games across the nation to watch. If you're a Bulldog fan, you are rooting for the lower seed to lose in every contest you want.
So the favorite
seed to win.
Essentially.
Correct.
To win. Yep.
Number 1, Johns Hopkins is playing against number 21, Franklin and Marshall. That is tied 21-21 right now in the fourth quarter with 5:34 left. And I will update you on the other 2 games after this next play.
All right, Boudry leads the Bulldog offense out there. Trey Brueggemann, the running back, is going to line up off his left hip in the shotgun. It's going to be a run for Brueggemann. Tries the middle behind Simon and company. Sounds like a nice business name. If Isaiah wants to take that, he can. It's a gain of 4 to the 29.
So DePaul playing against Wabash. Wabash number 21. Might be an error here as there's 2 21s listed, but DePaul number 30. DePaul currently winning 34-14.
Another run for Brueggemann left side. Got maybe a yard. Quick third down for the Bulldog offense. 5 yards to go in the first half. Adrian was 3 of 8 on third down. The Scots were 2 of 7. Both teams went for it on fourth down 3 times. The Dogs were 2 for 3. The Scots were 3 for 3. Boudry's going to line up initially empty set from the shotgun. He'll send his running back Brueggemann into the backfield. They need their own 35 for a first down. Boudry barking out directions to Braden Whitaker. Snap, pass, fakes right, looks middle, has all day to throw. Boudry scrambling around, goes deep. Aberger with a step. He's there with the grab at the Alma 40, 30, 20, 15, 10, 5, touchdown. 70 yards, Boudry to Aberger, and the Bulldogs expand their lead on a 3rd and 5 completion and a whole lot more.
How about that for Ethan Aberger? You're talking about potentially entering some record numbers. Well, he's a lot closer to doing that now.
Boudry had about 10 to 12 seconds scrambling around. The line gave him enough time, and Aberger just slipped behind the Alma secondary for a 70-yard touchdown, catch and run. Boudry to Aberger to open the third quarter. Lining up now for the extra point. Moore awaiting the snap. And Boyke will look to attempt it here. Nice hold, good looking kick. It's up away and it's through. So the Bulldogs double up the Scots on the third play of the third quarter. We'll take a 30-second break, 70-yarder. Boudry to Aberger. It's 28-14 Dogs here on the Adrian College Sports Network. Quarter. In fact, 13:43 left in it. Noah Boudry, 70 yards to Ethan Aberger on a 3rd and 5 for the Bulldog touchdown. And they're going to kick off to the Scots, who find themselves down by 14 early third. Ian Wendt, Sean Whitmer, Tim Ambrose with you this afternoon. Tim back in Adrian, Sean and I here at Alma. Boudry with the run, or the kick by Boyke rather. He's going to float this one inside the 20. It's caught there up to the 18, now near the 25-yard line, and tackled at around the 27-yard line. Kind of put the return man in an interesting situation, as that was number 1, I think, Brock Miller with that kick return. You put it there toward the sideline and you're thinking, well, if I field it, who knows? If I let it go, it might bounce out of bounds. So I think that's a smart play to field that ball.
So the interesting game to watch right now, if you're a Bulldog fan, is Central versus Co. It is Co leading 7-0. Bulldog fans are going to want to root for Central in that one.
St. John on the rollout, throws across his body, caught, no, fumbled, no catch, they say, a big-time hit. And that Bulldog secondary, my goodness, looking for Brock Miller.
And you might want to give Maddox Woods a little bit of congratulations on that play.
He was so quick.
He hit that wide receiver so hard, I don't think he's going to want to catch the ball the next time it comes his direction.
Wow, 2nd and 10 for the Scots from their own 26. It's going to be a run this time to Williams. Stumbles in the backfield, eludes one near the 30 and gets folded over at the 31-yard line. Tim Simons finishes things off. Liam Carey, no surprise, one of the first ones there for the Bulldogs, number 5 in white. So 3rd down for the Scots, run of 5 for Williams. 2 receivers right, 1 left. St. John straight back to pass. He's going deep, far sideline. This man has a step and it's caught behind the Bulldogs secondary, in for 6, and the Scots answer. Zach Poff for the Scots touchdown. They go 69 yards on the deep connection.
And it looked like it might have been a cover 3 with your 2 safeties covering deep. And Tim Simons just got a little bit too flat-footed there. Didn't start his back step until the ball was in the air, and that was just a little bit too late.
Chase Heck for the extra point. And he splits the uprights. So we're back to a 7-point margin. Both offenses taking advantage of 3rd down. A long touchdown strike for the Scots. We're 2 minutes into our second half. It's 28-21. Bulldogs will be back with the Scots kickoff after this 30-second break on the Adrian College Sports Network. At Alma, Ian Wentz, Sean Whitmer, Tim Ambrose. Teams trading long touchdown passes, and it's 28-21, Adrian College out in front. 2 minutes gone by in our third quarter.
If you're the Bulldogs, watch for a trick kick here.
Solier sends it deep. There's no trick to that one. McCoy's going to let it bounce into the end zone. That spells out Scott's in white. So an Adrian College first down. They'll scrimmage from the 25-yard line. Ethan Aberger just adding to his remarkable sophomore season, thanks to his senior quarterback, Noah Boudry, as well.
Yeah, and I got to interview Ethan Aberger throughout the week here this past week, and he couldn't sing Boudry's praises enough. Just talking about how quickly they grew a bond and a relationship, started watching film together, started doing all the little things right. That's allowed them to create the connection that's been phenomenal since day one.
Brueggemann, the running back, is going to get a run fake, throw out to the flat for Ryan Brumley. Brumley runs over a Scott as he crossed the 30-yard line. We'll see where they mark him out at, but Brumley's really flourished here as a pass catcher the last few weeks, and there's a Scott down along the Bulldog sideline.
Just looked like might have took the brunt there.
Yeah, he did. We're going to keep it right here for a moment. Sean's been looking around the country at other notable scores. We're looking at large here for the NCAA D3 football postseason tournament. With Hope holding on to win today, the Bulldogs cannot win the conference outright, so they will not get the AQ in the situation. So they're looking for an at-large. We're watching a couple games around the country.
Yeah, so a quick clarificator for everyone listening at home. 40 teams qualify for the NCAA tournament. In Division III football, 27 of those are automatic. That leaves 13 at large. The determination for these is the NCAA Percentage Index, or the MPI. It's a computer-generated system that takes everything needed into account, and it only matters for Division III opponents, meaning Adrian's win over Valpo does not affect the MPI.
That's 29, Emilio Riley getting off the field. The defensive back for the Scots. 9 on the reception for Ryan Brumley. He's lined up in the H-back spot on the right side of that line of scrimmage. Noah Boudry with the snap. Gives to Trey Brueggemann. He rolls over one of his linemen up to the Adrian College 40. And that'll be a Bulldog first down. Fouls number 66 in black and gold. That being your right guard, Joe Pruchnik. 6'4", 300-pound junior. One of those transfers from Concordia Ann Arbor. First down, Adrian at the 40-yard line. Under 12 to go in our third quarter. It's 28-21 Dogs. Alma shifting around up front. Boudry snaps, throws near side, caught by Aberger for about 6 yards. That is such a scary-looking pass, Sean, with that out route about 5 yards down the field. You know, you mistime that, and that ball's going the other way for 6.
Well, they always say never throw late to the flat. That's why Boudry gets that ball out so quick when he does fire it to the flat.
Aberger, they give him 7 on the reception. So Isaiah Simon will snap this football at the 47. They need the 50 for a first. Boudry's going to throw again. Noah going deep for Whitaker. A jump ball. It's off his hands and incomplete. Tight coverage there by Marshawn Massenberg, the 6-footer sophomore out of Detroit. That's a nice matchup there down the field. Whitaker stands 6'4". So a third down, and we'll call it 3. They bringing an extra tight end. We've seen this a few times from this Bulldog offense. The tight end, number 89, Alex Dixon, in the ballgame. He's going to line up to the right side of the line of scrimmage. Brumley behind him. It's going to be a run fake. Boudry flips it out to the flat. One-handed catch by Brumley. He gets wrapped up about 2 yards shy of a first down. So the Bulldogs try a little misdirection, and Alma right there for the tackle. So 2 yards shy. We'll see Cooper Tracy and the Bulldog punt unit come out. Up 7. Clock moving now, under 11 minutes.
And a quick update from the Johns Hopkins Franklin and Marshall game. It has gone to overtime. Remember, Bulldog fans, you are rooting for Johns Hopkins, the #1 team in the nation, to take that one.
And a quick timeout called by the Bulldogs special teams. So before this 4th and 2 from the 48-yard line, you wonder, as the sun breaks through the clouds here in Alma, what they're thinking about here on this 4th and 2.
And unfortunately, what might have just happened is you might have called a timeout when Cooper Tracy was going to kick the ball. Now they can do what happened at Calvin. Timeout was called by Calvin. Bulldogs came back onto the field, keeping their punt unit out there, and, well, it was Carson Schrader running down the sideline for the first down instead of the punt.
It was a momentum play over in Grand Rapids against Calvin University, a big football win for the Bulldogs that night. 4th down, they need 2 yards. Bulldogs by a touchdown. It's 28-21, 10:46 left in the third quarter. Ian Wett and Sean Whitmer on the microphone. You've heard from Tim Ambrose as well back in our WLEN studios. Bulldogs lining up in a punt formation with the freshman Tracy. Look out, you're right, Carson Schrader is the up back. Fourth down and 2. Schrader lined up right behind the center. Snap is going to go to Tracy, and Cooper will put foot to leather. There's no one deep for Alma. So this is going to bounce at the 14 and take a Scots bounce back to the 17-ish yard line. So the Scots, with their second offensive possession here in the third quarter, they scored on their first one on a long pass connection to Zach Poff. So they will mark it right at the 18-yard line. Carter St. John, Eddie Williams and company out there for Alma. 8-1 Adrian, 7-2 Alma. Bulldogs, 1 loss in conference. The Scots are unblemished. Snap to St. John, give to Williams. Probe on the left side, not much there. Some black helmets converge. Andrew Van Dyke, along with Liam Carey. Also, shout out 98 on your travel roster. Julian Brandt getting some action. So second down, call it 9. St. John rolls to his right, puts on the brakes, comes back left, puts a juke and slide shy of the 25. Alma coaches want a flag. They don't get one as Gildy, for one of the few times this season, doesn't lay the hit stick on somebody.
A little incidental contact after the players were already rolling around on the ground isn't going to lead to a flag. It was actually a Bulldog player eating a hit into the pack that kept the flag off the play.
Alma's 3 of 8 on third down. They need 5 yards here. Bulldogs bring a blitz. They pick it up, throw to the flat, caught. First down, Scots over their own 30-yard line as Burrows finally makes the tackle at the 33-yard line. So the Scots convert on third down. They're going to go quickly here to the line of scrimmage. Adrian by a touchdown, 9:15 to go, third quarter. Here's a screen pass to Williams on that wide receiver screen. Gets 5 yards as he crosses the 35 to the 38 or 39-yard line. Ethan Burrows, another Bulldog tackle, the Adrian College safety. Does have an interception today, 8 on the season for Burrows. St. John claps his hands, takes the ball, gives to Williams. He is hit in the hole by Andrew Van Dyke. This guy putting on some qualifiers for player of the game as the big defensive tackle makes a play there. Move it to the 41-yard line. That sun now in the Scots' face as they get ready for this third down and call it 2. Late substitution for Alma. So get another tight end in the game, Colin Coffey. Alma goes to the line. Send a man in motion. St. John hands it off this time. It's going to be a first down right to that line to gain. Eddie Williams with the rush on 3rd and 2. And a first down for the Scots as they hit their own 44-yard line. 8 minutes to go, third quarter. 28-21, Adrian College. Both teams have traded touchdowns into this third quarter. QB takes, gives, Williams. He is hit hard. There is Liam Carey and the rest of the Bulldog defense. Van Dyke, one of those as well. Also Nelson Fernandez in on the play. Van Dyke's going to need some major ice after this game. He's played quite a bit.
Yeah, he's played quite a bit, and he's been in a lot of double teams, shedding off blocks and making plays in the backfield all over today's game.
7.5 to go in the third. 2nd and 9 for the Scots. This will be a run for Morgan. He can escape Chris Jackson's tackle, but not the ensuing Bulldog rush, as he's going to get pushed ahead for about 4 yards. Brian Morgan. He's going to bring up 3rd down and 5 for Alma. They just converted on 1 moments ago. Scots today are 4 of 9 on 3rd down. Bulldogs 4 of 10. St. John with the snap. Gives it off to Williams. He's going to get met by Maddox Woods in the Scott backfield. Williams goes nowhere, and it's a 4th down for the Alma offense.
And now both teams are 4 of 10.
That's right. Hey, that's a pretty good percentage. If you think about it, 40%, not bad. Nice play there by Maddox Woods as the Scots tried to sneak a run play in there on 3rd down and long. Bryce Kempf will do the punting. Bulldogs changing their personnel to punt coverage unit. Late substitution getting off the field, and now we're ready for play. 4th and 8 for Alma. Snap back, it's good. Here's the punt. It's a line drive. Aberger catches it on the run, and he's going to backpedal. Looking for a block, left side. He's going to get to the 10 and scamper out at the 14-yard line. Boy, a risky catch there by Aberger, but he does it on offense, so you don't, I guess, mind it on special teams.
Yeah, that's a play there where you let that one bounce. It had no backspin on it. It's going into the end zone almost guaranteed. And you're starting at the 25 instead of the 10. That's a 15-yard catch right there, but a 15-yard loss.
So they're going to have the football. 1st and 10, 6 minutes now left in the third quarter. Again, both teams scored on their first 3rd down play of the second half. 3rd offensive play, but since then it's been the defenses standing up. It's Adrian College 28, Alma College 21. Boudry will stand in the shotgun, takes the snap from Simon. Fakes the run, throws inside, caught by Whitaker right near the sticks, and he's driven to the turf. Big time tackle there, number 8, Ryan West, the junior out of Cedar Springs. That's enough for Bulldog first 10 and 10 as Whitaker picks up 11. Dogs to the line quickly, 2 split out to either side. And here's a run for Brueggemann to the middle, hit at the line, and eventually dropped there. Maybe a yard for Trey, up to the Bulldog 26. 5:20 to go in the third quarter, and Sean, as we get closer to the end of the game as compared to the beginning, at some point you're going to need to lean on that run game. If you have a lead late, you need to pick up first downs. Trying to set some stuff up here. 2nd and 9 for the Bulldogs from their own 26. Again, 2 receivers to either side. Brueggemann in the backfield. They send Quinn Hiram in motion. Fake the run to Quinn. Boudry going over the top. Brueggemann's there at the 50 and slips down at the Alma 45-yard line. Brueggemann just right through the middle, found himself open, and Boudry hit him for a big gain.
Well, that turf monster might have just saved Alma from another 20 yards or so as Brueggemann tripped up. Great job at getting open. It's a quick play fake. You're reading that wheel route. It's a shallow wheel right up the center of the field. And that's how Brueggemann got his receiving touchdown earlier in the year.
Tyler Palka, the offensive coordinator, for his dad, Joe, the head coach. 1st and 10 Bulldogs from the Alma 43. Up a score. Steve McCoy in the formation at running back. And they need to call another timeout. Bulldogs take their 2nd of the half. They do it with 4:11 left in the third. We'll take a break with them. Bulldogs by 7, 28-21 over the Scots. This is Bulldog football on the Adrian College Sports Network. Adrian College Sports Network. Ian Wentz, Sean Whitmer, Tim Ambrose on a Saturday afternoon from Alma. Clouds have sort of given way. We have a quite warm afternoon. The breeze is still present here in Alma, Michigan. 28-21 Bulldogs with the lead. Called their second timeout of this half. First and 10 from the Alma 43 go the Bulldogs. They have one left for the rest of this game. Noah Boudry, the Adrian quarterback, stands in the shotgun. The fake to McCoy. Boudry pressured. He's going to get swallowed up and dropped back at the 44-yard line. Only a 1-yard loss. Boudry did all he could to keep some yardage. It's a sack and a 1-yard loss and a 2nd and 11. Boudry, not the tallest quarterback, 6 foot, 200 pounds. Strong and quick, though. 2nd and 11 for the Dogs. 2 receivers out to the right, 2 over to the left. Snap to Boudry. Scott Spring pressure, flips it out to McCoy from the backfield. McCoy up to the 40-yard line, and it'll be a 3rd down and 7 for the Adrian College offense with 3 and 21 left in the third. Dogs need the Alma 33 on 3rd down. They're 4 of 10 on 3rd down this afternoon. Greer and Aberger lined up to the right. Whitaker alone way out wide to the left. They're going to shade a safety that way for Whitaker. Brumley lined up in the H-back spot. Now it's Aberger in motion. Boudry takes the shotgun snap. Run fake. Looking middle, nowhere to go. Boudry scampers left, throws across his body. In traffic, there's a catch made, and there's linemen down the field. Nice grab by Aberger, but there's 3 flags on the play as the lineman, I think, thought Boudry was going to go. What a great grab by Aberger. Good thing he did, because there were a plethora of Scots in the area. So instead of a 1st down inside the Alma 20, back him up 5. And again, that's tough to decipher. If Noah's going to run, you need to be down to block. If he throws, you're caught in a tough spot. Looks like you have a final.
Yeah, Franklin and Marshall have beaten Johns Hopkins 21-28. That is 21. That is the 21 ranked team taking out the number 1 ranked team.
Bulldogs now need 12 on 3rd down. They scrimmage from the Alma 45. Simon with the snap. Boudry back to pass. Goes middle. Aberger's there. And another 1st down. Finding the hole in the Alma coverage. He's to the 24 and a Bulldog 1st down. Boudry just above the linebacker in front of the safety. And you are simply seeing, I'll say it, the best quarterback season for an Adrian College player single season. Boudry with the offense. 1st and 10 at the Alma 24, leading by 7. Noah snap. He's going to run it this time. Boudry through the middle. 15, 10, 5. Touchdown, Adrian College. Boudry with his legs from 24 yards out. And the Bulldogs get their 2-score lead back late 3rd quarter.
Great job by Noah Boudry there. He reads everything perfectly when he steps up through the hole, and it looked a little bit like what we've seen against Trine, reading it all the way through and stepping all the way in to the end zone.
Bennett Gildy is the snapper. The holder is Brody Moore, and Jack Boyke, the kicker, who has set records himself this year, will line up for an extra point. Snap and hold are good. The kick is no good. He missed it wide to the right. So Boyke pushes the extra point, and it's a 13-point margin with 1:49 to go in the 3rd quarter. It is Adrian College 34 and Alma College 21. We'll be back with the Bulldog kickoff after this 30-second break on the Adrian College Sports Network. The 24-yard touchdown rush by Noah Boudry. The extra point no good by Jack Boyke. And it's a 13-point Bulldog margin, 34-21 over Alma. Ian and Sean with you. Tim Ambrose back in Adrian this afternoon. In many different scenarios, an MIAA championship game here this afternoon. Scott's already with the share. If they win, they get it outright. If the Bulldogs win, it'd be a three-way tie. This will be fielded, rather fair caught inside the 20-yard line, and went to move up a little bit. But the fair catch called for and made. 23, Ryan McNiff, I believe, the one out there with that kick field. Okay, so this is a new one. Player that called for the fair catch. It's not the one that caught the ball. So they're going to mark it at the 22-yard line, I believe. That's a new one to me. 1:49 left into the third quarter. Alma with the football down, 2 scores. Zach Poff, the man in motion. Quarterback looking his way, instead flips it short to Eddie Williams. Williams, the running back, gets free down the near sideline. First down, Alma, and a few yards more for number 26 in maroon, a 5'10 senior out of East Point, Michigan, helping out his quarterback, Carter St. John. They're going to actually say he stepped out at the Alma 44. Trips out to the left. St. John throws that way again. Williams with another catch, and he trips over Coronas Davis as he crosses the 50 to the Bulldog 49. And give Liam Carey a partial tackle there. Scott's on the ball quick. Same look. St. John now looking middle. He's got his man there, but there's a big hit by Burrows. Ball's in the air, and it's picked off by Simons. Simons with the interception. It's an Adrian College takeaway. A huge hit by Ethan Burrows on the Alma receiver. It was Miles Haggart, the man I believe they were looking for, down the middle, and Burrows with the hit stick. Tim Simons with the interception.
Yeah, that's a great job by the safety duo back there. That tandem, making a play, breaking up the pass is the first thing you want to do, and that's what Ethan Burrows does, despite being the ball hawk. And popped the ball to Tim Simons, and he made the nice play. It's another tip drill interception.
That's right. Burrows, the beneficiary of a Quincy Dorsey tip in the first half, and he dislodged that football in a major way. So Simons with the takeaway. Adrian's offense, who just scored on their last drive, gets it first down at their own 41. Minute 5 left in the third. It's 34-21 Bulldogs. Isaiah Simon ready to snap back to Noah Boudry. He has it. Gives to Trey Brueggemann. Brueggemann tripped up as he gets near the 44-yard line. Quick 3 yards for Trey. Favoring that left side. Bryce Keller. Jack Bush. Left tackle and left guard. Now Adrian kind of playing with the play clock here. Now 15 seconds on it. 32 left in the third. Second and medium for Boudry. Noah back to pass. Aberger catches it at the line of scrimmage. Gets maybe a yard to the 45, maybe 46-yard line. And if the Bulldog coaching staff wants to, they don't have to run another play in this third quarter. And I don't think I would, Sean. And that will be the decision for Coach Palka. They're going to mark it actually at the 45-yard line. So no yards on the reception by Ethan Aberger. But we'll go to the final quarter of the regular season. Adrian College leading on the road over Alma. It's 34-21. 15 minutes left in regulation. We'll be back with the fourth quarter with yours truly, Ian Wendt and Sean Whitmer on the Adrian College Sports Network. At Alma College, Ian Went, Sean Whitmer, through 3/4 of play. It's your Adrian College Bulldogs 34 and the Alma College Scots 21. We had some early quarter fireworks and then some late with the tipped ball dislodged by Ethan Burrows, Adrian College safety, picked off by his teammate twice, one at Concordia Ann Arbor and one here at Adrian. Tim Simons, he sets up the offense after a run and a pass. They're looking at a 3rd down and 6 yards to go. They scrimmage from their own 45-yard line. Steve McCoy is the running back with Noah Boudry, who stands in the shotgun. 2 receivers out to the right. One of those goes in motion. It's Ethan Aberger. Boudry looking left. Now he's going to tuck it and run. He gets tripped up as he crosses the 45 to the 48-yard line. Went down hard as Jet King, credited with the tackle, a 6'3" junior linebacker out of Grand Rapids. And we're going to see the Bulldog punting unit once more. Up 13. I mean, we know how quick this Alma offense can go, but Adrian defense has created some takeaways. So we'll see Cooper Tracy once more. The freshman punter has 3 boots today, average of 47.7, a long of 62. He stands at his own 34. Snap is chest high. Here is the punt. It's a high spiraling one. Fielded inside the 10-yard line. Up to the 10, and he is met right there by some Bulldogs, kind of stumbling through. As Nate Sanders, the man returning it for the Scots, as we had overcast and windy skies earlier today. The sun is blaring through now here in Alma. Wind still out there. Not as big a factor, I don't think, as the first half.
Yeah, it definitely seems like it's calmed down quite a bit here in this half.
Carter St. John for Alma is 13 of 22, 180 yards, 2 touchdowns and 2 interceptions. His running back, Eddie Williams, 19 rushes, 127 yards, and 1 score. Scots with the football. They scrimmage from their own 13. Down 13 with 13 minutes left in the 4th. 2 out wide right, 2 out left. St. John to pass, feels pressure late, throws, caught at the Alma 30 to the 35, and scampering out of bounds right there. Number 16, Braden Sullivan, the junior from Standish. St. John stood in there and delivered a nice ball. They mark it at the Scott 39. Shotgun snap, fake to Williams. St. John flushed out of the pocket, throws downfield. That was Cronus Davis out there, as the Alma receiver that time, 16 against Sullivan, had to play defense on Cronus Davis. And Adrian pressure up the middle, got there quick, forcing St. John to move. $10 yards to go on 2nd down. Alma scrimmaging from their own 39. Left side hash. Clock stops, 13:34 here in the 4th. Run to Williams, left side, bouncing it out. Gets a few yards as Quincy Dorsey came up on a nice run fill and forces the Alma running back out of bounds.
It's great run blocking up front. They got a good 2-yard push as soon as the ball was snapped, and you let your running back make a read off of that, and he did so. About as good as you could ask for.
7 yards to go on 3rd down. They need the 49-yard line for a first. St. John looking left, throwing that way. There's a lot of contact, and Burrows, the Adrian safety, diving for the interception attempt, went off his hands. And a 4th down for Alma, and the punt unit coming out for the Scots. Quincy Dorsey in coverage that time.
Yeah, and the hand fighting, a lot of people would say, well, why isn't that going to get you a pass interference, defensive holding, whatever it may be? There was no jersey tug. It was all hand fighting, a little bit of incidental feet contact between the two players. But what it really comes down to is the fact that the ball was airmailed so far. The only player that was able to catch that football was neither Quincy Dorsey nor the wide receiver. It was only Ethan Burrows.
Bryce Kemp on for this punt. He's going to rugby style it over to his right side, and that's a poison football as Aberger points to it, takes a great Scott roll inside the Bulldog 15. Comes to rest at the 14. But the Bulldog defense does their job as they've really, Sean, done all season. And, you look at the numbers for this team, they've stuck around that top 10, top 15 in terms of points allowed per game. Of course, when you put up back-to-back shutouts, that helps. And you hold Valparaiso to 7 points. This Dog defense came to play today, despite the first couple drives for the Scots.
I think the big thing here, you mentioned it took a Scots bounce, obviously, giving them a chance for the Bulldogs to have to go longer down the field. But actually, I think that benefits the Bulldogs, able to chew more time off the clock.
12 and 47 left in the fourth. Noah Boudreau with an empty set right now. From the gun, Noah to throw. Shoulders shug. Throw to Aberger. He's got it at the 40. 50 inside Alma territory. And he's pushed out of bounds with a huge gain for Ethan Aberger. Shoulders shimmy by Boudreau and let it fly to Aberger.
And that's exactly what nobody in the stadium expected you to do. So that's exactly why you do it at that moment.
They've been running that quick screen, the quick flares all day. And we have a couple of finals in the league trying, with 19 seconds left, score a touchdown to beat Kalamazoo 25-24. Earlier Hope all over Olivet 63-6. This will run through the middle for Trey Brueggemann, the Bulldog running back, gets 3. It's been some hard running for Trey, who early on in the season, Sean, was used to running like a deer. There was so much open space, and when you get into conference play, things get a little bit tighter. You think he'd like that compliment if he knew that I thought he ran like a deer? Deer are pretty quick, especially this time of year.
Film.
Especially this time of year. Dogs looking at a second down. Under 12 minutes to go in the fourth quarter. Boudreau from the shotgun takes the snap from Simon. Run fake, going for Braden Whitaker, contested, and it's incomplete. Bouncing ball around. Coverage by Preston Marlatt, the 6'2 senior from Atlanta, Michigan, with that pass breakup. It's a little fun matchup there, 6'4 against 6'2. Boudreau today, 28 of 37, 322 yards, 3 touchdowns, long of 70. He's been sacked twice. Another big-time performance from number 8. They need 7 to pick up a first down. 3 out to the left, 1 alone to the right. Brueggemann in the backfield with Boudreau. Alma rushing 3. Noah dissects. He's going to try to run it. Gets past 1, but not the other, and the ball came out. They say was he down? The Scots recover it, but the referee, or the far side judge, came in and said he was down. No other indication. Now there is. They're going to point to the Scots. They say Boudreau let the ball loose before he hit the ground, and it's a Bulldog turnover inside the Scots 35.
Yeah, I think that's the right call on the play there. He was stretching out, knee hadn't touched yet. When you reach and ball comes out, well, this is the result of the play.
Still early in our fourth quarter. It's 34-21 Bulldogs. A win for Adrian clinches a share of the conference championship. Alma with a win wins the title outright. Dogs by 13. Alma just creating that takeaway. St. John with a run fake. Carter looks, throws middle. It is behind his man and incomplete. That's Tim Simons in coverage, looking for his man, Zach Poff. Poff's been the guy today. Just 2 catches, averaging 40.5 yards, and that touchdown.
And Poff was just pleading for a pass interference call, begging the official there.
I think if that throw is the opposite side of Simon, you might call that. St. John throws a sidearm look to the right side. Reception up near the 40-yard line that time. Number 80 with the catch for the Scots. That's the 6'1 freshman from Armada, J.T. Seiler. Third down for Alma. They need 3. It's going to be a run for Eddie Williams. Williams tries to get to the edge, and he will get to the edge. Some space for the Alma running back on the far sideline as Dorsey pushes him out of bounds deep in Bulldog territory. So Alma seals the edge again, and they're going to mark him out at the Adrian 17.
It's a good run for the Scots there. You break it off to the outside. We had mentioned in the pre-show running game was going to be a big part of the Scots game plan. That's exactly where they attack and see some success. 11 minutes remain in the game, and the Scots are in striking distance.
Following Owen Denk, the left tackle, 6'3", 265. St. John gives off to Williams. He's going to meet a couple of Bulldogs and get sandwiched as he crosses the 15 to the 14-yard line. Stephen Moreno, one of the Adrian players there. 10.5 to go, Sean, here in the fourth.
Moreno gets in on that tackle there, but Tim Simon's really the player you want to look at. Some will call it an over pursue. I call it kicking the man back inside.
Second down for the Scots. Williams again to the right side this time, and he's down toward the 9. Just shy of the first down line for Alma. Credit Bennett Gildy with the Bulldog tackle. Under 10 to go. Bulldogs by 2 scores and 1 extra point. 34-21 Adrian. Bulldogs had a 21-14 lead at the half. 2 receivers to the left for St. John. It's going to be a run. Williams cuts back, touchdown Scots. He rushes it in from 9 yards away, and it's a 1-score ball game with 9:41 left in the fourth. So the Bulldog fumble and a recovery by Alma turns into 6 the other way. Cronus Davis had a chance in the hole to make a tackle. In for the extra point attempt, Jace Hack. Snap and the hold. And the kick are good. So it's a 6-point ball game. With 9:41 left in the fourth quarter, Alma to kick off to the Bulldogs. When we come back, we'll be back here in 30 on the Adrian College Sports Network. John Whitmer, about a 2-hour bus drive up 127 from Adrian to Alma. 6-point game here in the fourth quarter. This kickoff will be returnable by Adrian's Quincy Dorsey. Dorsey to the 10, to the 15, trying to get to the edge. Gets a block there. 20, 25, 30, and up near the 35. And a flag on the tackle. This could be another 15 in favor of the Bulldogs as Dorsey got popped a little bit late.
Timing of it, I think you'd be right there, Ian, is he was a couple steps out of bounds when that flag came out.
He's so quick, he has me talking like an auctioneer up here in the booth. So that's the indication. We're waiting for the official word. And that's, you don't get this too often, Sean. It's the kicker, Will Sorlier, the sophomore, with the late hit.
Well, the flag was sold at your auction, so move the ball 15. You were right on the money. And now the Bulldogs are starting at the 50.
So great field position for the Dogs. Up by 6, 9:35 left in our fourth quarter. Dogs would love to use up some clock here and score at the end of the drive. This is a run for Moreno. Moreno, some room inside Scott territory and down inside the 40. One of the better runs today for the Bulldogs for number 22. Oh, was that Morgan? It was Tyler Morgan. First sighting of him, the freshman out of Toledo. Now 22 in the game, Steve McCoy.
McCoy, you said Marino last
sorry,
time.
I did.
Threw me off a little bit.
My bad.
I was very confused by a defensive end
Yeah,
in the football.
Yeah, you looked confused. As Boudry hands it off this time, and it's down to the Scott 35 for Steve McCoy.
Of course, Steve McCoy, Steve Marino.
Yeah, thank you for having my back a little bit there. I always know when I mess up because Sean starts fumbling through my roster. He's looking, he's like, yeah, Ian's wrong. Hasn't been much this year, so that's good. 8.5 to go in this one. Bulldogs leaning on the offensive line. Steve McCoy still in the backfield with Boudry, who's in the shotgun. 2 receivers out to the left, 1 to the right. High snap, nice job by Boudry. Handoff to McCoy, he dives down. He maybe got half a yard. So a third down upcoming for the Bulldogs. 8 minutes and 5 seconds left in the fourth, and the Bulldogs leading by 6. Adrian this afternoon on third down are 5 of 13. Alma 7 of 14. Big one here. Midway fourth quarter. 3 receivers to the left for Boudry. 1 alone to the right. Noah takes the snap. Stands in the pocket. Going deep for Ethan Amberger. And it goes bobbled around and incomplete. Inside the 15-yard line. Coverage for Alma's number 4, Preston Marlatt, on Ethan Amberger.
Thinking through the Bulldogs, the one case you could make there is that there hasn't been very many pass interference calls. Technically speaking, if you're not turning your back towards if you're not turning your eyes towards the football and trying to play the ball in college football now, and you're playing the receiver all the way through the whistle, that's a defensive pass interference.
Big spot, 4th and 6. Bulldog offense on the field. They scrimmage from the Alma 34, leading 34-28. 7 and 36 to go in the fourth. Dogs look to the sideline. Alma has 3 down linemen, and Coach Palka wants a timeout as the play clock was getting low. Huge moment in this MIAA championship football game. It is Adrian 34 and Alma 28. We'll be back with a 4th down on our Home for Bulldog Football, the Adrian College Sports Network. Sean Whitmer, Tim Ambrose on the Adrian College Sports Network. We got a good one, as we expected. These two teams neck and neck in just about every ranking you can look at in D3 football. It's Adrian College 34, Alma College 28, 7 and 36 to go in the fourth quarter. The Bulldogs going for it on 4th down and 6 from the Alma 34. Home fans on their feet. And if they're not, they're cheering on their Scots. Noah Boudry back to pass. Noah spikes it. They're saying it's a fumble, and Boudry picks it up, and he's all the way back at the 50. The ball slips out of Boudry's hands as he went to throw. Lucky for him to scoop it up, but it's going to be an Alma football right around the 50-yard line. That's back-to-back turnovers. They're going to mark it at the Adrian 48. So Alma, 48 yards away from tying and potentially taking the lead. 2 Bulldog turnovers offensively here in the second half. 2 Scots to the left, 1 to the right. Quarterback hands it off. Williams gets past 1 and a second inside the Adrian 40. Eddie Williams near the first down line. They'll give him exactly 10 for an Alma College first down to the Bulldog 38. Alma's not gone away from their game plan today. Eddie Williams, 24 carries, 194 yards. He's going to get another one here. Navigating, probing into the Bulldogs secondary. He goes. He gets bumped to the 20 and tackled right there. The Scots are moving here in the fourth.
They haven't gone away from their game plan because it's been working for one and for two. St. John has struggled through the air.
Handoff again, Williams. Can't escape Britt, who's the first Bulldog paw on him. He gets swarmed under after a gain of about 3 yards over the right tackle. 6.5 to go in our fourth quarter. Adrian College clinging on to a 6-point lead, 34-28. And I don't have to say it, but that missed extra point looming large here as the Scots are in the red zone. They're at the Bulldogs 17. St. John looking to pass. Steps up through the pressure, flips it late. Williams in the end zone for an Alma touchdown. St. John faked the run, pulled it back, and his running back Williams standing in the end zone wide open for the Alma score, and we're tied at 34. Bulldogs lost track of the, you could argue, best offensive threat for Alma. .609 to go in the fourth. 2 Adrian giveaways and 2 Alma touchdowns. This extra point for the lead, and it's good. 35-34 Alma. 6:09 to go here in the fourth quarter. Bulldogs postseason hopes hanging by a thread. You have to win today and hope for an at-large bid. Alma trying to win, get the MIAA championship outright, and take the automatic qualifier to the NCAA. And again, the other team in the league pretty safely in the dance is Hope College. They win today big over Olivet. They've been ranked in the top 20 most of the season. So who will be the second team to represent the conference? You have 6 minutes and change to figure it out.
And I think it's a pretty wide consensus that there will be 2 teams from this conference this year to make it. It's just a matter of which 2 will those be.
Alma's kicker, Will Solier, the sophomore from Frankenmuth, to kick this one off. From his own 35, and he boots it way deep and into the end zone for a touchback. No chance there for Quincy Dorsey, and the Bulldogs will get the football at their own 25-yard line. Last time a ball game was this close this late was way back at home. Bulldogs played Hope. Adrian had a 1-point advantage. Hope had the football for the final 7 minutes and change to kick what would be a game-winning field goal. There's a little less time than that, but it feels that this might be your last shot if you're the Bulldog offense.
Yeah, this feels like your last chance. You still have all 3 timeouts, but
Alma with all 3. Bulldogs with none. They'll scrimmage from their 25. Boudry claps his hands, hands the ball off. This is McCoy, room for McCoy. He's to the 30-yard line. It's been Steve McCoy the last couple drives for the Adrian College running game.
It seems like the Bulldogs are trying to make this the last drive of the game as well.
Again, you only need 3. You'd like a touchdown. You'd, of course, like points. 2nd down and 5 for the Adrian offense, trailing for the first time in the second half by a point, 35-34. Boudry with the Scots blitzing, looking left side. Tyler Crew with the catch, makes a move, and he leans forward to the 36 of Adrian. First down on a 6-yard catch.
It's a good job by Greer there. He catches the little hitch, looks upfield, tries to cut back and make more happen, and once he realizes that that's not going to happen, he just dives forward and gets the first.
Bulldogs subbing personnel. Bring in Dixon, the tight end. He's out there with Brumley, the other tight end. 2 receivers split out wide to the right side for Noah Boudry. 10 on the play clock as he gets set. Scots have 4 across the front. Snap to Boudry. Run fake. Boudry feels pressure, gets away from one, and the second flips it, catch by Brumley, but Brumley's going to get tackled behind the line for a 1-yard loss, but that could have been a lot worse as Boudry lost his shoe. Great grab by Brumley, too, a little one-hand snag. Boudry struggling to get that left shoe on. And he does. Plenty of time, 4:15 to go, fourth quarter. Alma 35, Adrian 34. Boy, he needs help with that shoe. They have 12 seconds on the play clock. No timeouts for the Bulldogs. Boudry with a shoe and a half. 3 out to the right, 1 to the left. Noah takes the snap. Looking, waiting, throws middle, contested one-hand near catch by Quinn Hiram. And there's a flag on the play. 2 flags, as I think Boudry got hit late too.
There is a chance the back flag is for the same thing, but I think you're going to have...
Boy, there's a flag. Yeah, Bulldog backfield and the Alma secondary. There's 2 flags on the field as the Onstead native Quinn Hiram was going up for a ball, and flag came in right there, and there was one in the backfield where Boudry let that football go. And good news now is Noah can get that left shoe on completely.
I think McCoy ended up getting it on for him there before that last play.
So the call is pass interference on the defense. And a penalty after the play for unsportsmanlike conduct. So 2 penalties against Alma. We're going to sort out the penalty yardage.
If they stack, that's 30.
Yes, and they're looking like that way. We'll see where they mark this. It is unclear at the moment.
Well, the pass interference happened at the 50, which was inside 15, so they would spot it there. Then they'd go 15,
and then 15
from there would be the 35.
So we're still sorting out where exactly the football will be. They call 2 penalties on Alma on the same play. And we're still deliberating where the football will be snapped from next. It will be an Adrian first down regardless. I mean, this is page 1, right, of the rule book. Penalty on the play, and then after.
Penalty after.
You would think, I would think.
Was less than 15 yards from the previous spot. That's a spot foul. 15 yards will be added from there.
Yeah, like you said, Sean. So it won't be a full 30-yard penalty, and one loud Alma fan said something PG, but I won't repeat. So they'll sort it out. The flag for PI was inside 15, so that's a spot foul. They'll add 15 yards onto that, and from that position, we'll play 1st and 10 Bulldogs.
From the 35, you're looking at 10 to 15 yards before you're in Boyke's range with the win today.
3 minutes and 54 seconds left in the fourth. Alma by a point, 35-34. They're going to mark it right now at the 36 of Alma. So this acts as a pseudo timeout for both teams. Extended. 1st and 10, Adrian. Boudry from the shotgun. 2 tight ends in formation. Run fake. Noah going for Whitaker. Deep down the sideline. It's out of bounds and incomplete. That wind may have pushed that one a little bit out of bounds. And Bulldogs go for a shot play on 1st down.
Yeah, it was uncatchable. Otherwise, I think we're getting a flag there down the field. But a lot more contact on that than the previous play. It was just ball was thrown so far out of bounds.
Whitaker matched up with Marshawn Massenberg, 6-foot sophomore from Detroit. Adrian with a 2nd down and 10. They scrimmage from the Alma 36. 3 minutes and 48 seconds to go in the fourth quarter. What a game for this conference. Boudry from the gun. Takes, gives to McCoy. Lowers the shoulders to about the Alma 34, and that's where he is finally thrown down. See if Coach Couch for Alma looks to use a timeout, save some time, and they will not. So Bulldogs make a substitution offensively. 3:21 to go in the fourth. Bulldogs down a point, 35-34. It's a 3rd down and 8 from the Alma 34. Adrian quarterback Noah Boudry stands in the shotgun with his running back, claps his hands, takes the snap. Time to throw, goes middle, too high for Eberger, and it's dropped by the Alma safety, incomplete. Wow, Brock Boudry was right there. It was in his hands and bounced around and hit the turf. 4th down and possibly ball game. 3:02 left. Adrian, no timeouts left. 4th and 8 for AC. That'd be Adrian College from the Alma 34. Adrian today 2 for 4 on 4th down. And we have a timeout by Alma. We'll take one as well. It's the Scots by a point. We'll be back in 30. This is Bulldog Football on the Adrian College Sports Network. Alma, Ian Wentz, Sean Whitmer, Tim Ambrose. 3 minutes and 2 seconds left in the fourth quarter. Adrian College has blown a 13-point lead in this fourth quarter and trail it 35-34. Bulldogs with a 4th and 8 after the Alma College timeout. The Bulldogs will scrimmage from the Alma 34. This, in all likelihood, for a postseason berth, to give yourself a chance. Greer, Brumley, Whitaker, Aberger, the receivers. McCoy, the running back for Boudry. Noah takes the snap. Standing in the pocket, moving to his right. Boudry waiting, throws a prayer up. It is intercepted. Picked off by the Scots at the 15. And Alma will take the football right there, 1st and 10. Boudry's first couple reads weren't there, eventually flushed out of the pocket, and he threw it up. Whitaker, the intended receiver.
Just an unfortunate read there for Boudry as he was trying to find his 2nd or 3rd option. Instead, had to just toss one up to Braden Whitaker.
So doing the math here, you cannot allow a 1st down. Bulldogs defense has to make a play here. St. John and Williams in the backfield. It's been the Eddie Williams show today. He's going to cut to the right into the waiting arms of Liam Carey. No Adrian timeouts as Williams picks up 4 to the Alma 19. 2:37 left in the fourth. Williams on the ground today. 27 carries, 221 yards, 2 scores through the ground. He has 1 receiving touchdown today. I'll have to get 1 snap off here before the 2-minute timeout. St. John from the shotgun. Bulldogs have 4 across the front. Claps his hands, takes the snap, gives to Williams, goes into the middle, maybe a yard, maybe 2. Liam Carey with the tackle right at the 2-minute timeout. So a 3rd down and postseason for Adrian College. We'll be back. 2 minutes left in Alma. It's 35-34 Scots here on the Adrian College Sports Network. here at Alma College. Ian Wendt and Sean Whitmer. 3rd down and ball game. Scots with the football, up by 1, 35-34. 2 minutes left. They snap it from the 21. It's Williams, the running back, next to his quarterback, St. John. They're in the shotgun. Bulldogs bring pressure. St. John going to tuck it and run. He is going to be grabbed at the 25. And it depends on the spot. Burrows with the tackle. They're going to give him a first down. That was right at the line, and he's going to get it. Quarterback run. Faked it to Williams. And Carter St. John has given the Scots the MIAA championship.
It was a quick read option for St. John. He read it perfectly. And once he stepped through the line, there was a little bit of traffic, but not enough to veer him off course, as they're going to take that shotgun kneel again.
St. John will take the knee, and they'll do it one more time. So the 2 schools from the MIAA that will go to the NCAA tournament reside in Holland and Alma. Second half, surged by the Scots. They outscore Adrian 21-13 in the second half. The Bulldogs held off the score sheet here in the fourth quarter. Despite the defensive efforts to turn the football over, Adrian coughed it up a couple of times and a missed extra point. Ultimately the difference. And the Scots will celebrate an undefeated conference season. The Bulldogs' second loss and a heartbreaking end to 2025. And that is the final from Alma. The Scots get the win 35-34 here at home, and it's an undefeated conference season. The Bulldogs' second loss on the year, their 4th straight to Alma, and handshakes at the 50-yard line for both teams. Dogs lose both their games this season by a combined 3 points. 2 points at Docking Stadium to Hope, and 1 point here to Alma. We'll take a break. It's our post-game show coming up next. We'll be back in 30 on the Adrian College Sports Network. Adrian College Sports Network, 35-34. Alma gets it done in the fourth quarter, and they outscore your Adrian College Bulldogs in the second half by a score of 21-13. Bulldogs put up 21 in the second, 13 in the third. They did not score in the first or the fourth. Ian Wendt and Sean Whitmer with you for the last time this season. Historic one for this program in many ways. But the elusive championship will await potentially next year. But young group, but led by a senior, Noah Boudry, who's put together one of, if not the greatest seasons we've ever seen from a Bulldog quarterback. And they came up just short. 2 conference losses, 1 here to Alma and 1 to Hope earlier in the season. Let's take a look at some of our final numbers. Bulldog quarterback Noah Boudry today, 30 of 44, 374 yards, 3 touchdowns, 1 interception, a long of 70. He was sacked 2 times. Rushing today, 11 rushes for 35 yards for Trey Brueggemann, 2 rushing touchdowns for Noah Boudry on 9 carries. He had 21 yards on the day. Bulldog receiver Ethan Aberger, Sean, 13 catches, 241 yards, and 2 touchdowns for Aberger. Braden Whitaker, the next Bulldog receiver, 7 catches and 42 yards with 1 touchdown. Bulldog defense today, they were led by Liam Carey, 14 total tackles. Andrew Van Dyke with 11. Ethan Burrows with 10, and the interception. Tim Simons with 5 tackles and an interception today as well. Quick numbers for the Scots. Carter St. John, 16 of 28, 229 yards, 3 touchdowns, 2 interceptions. The player of the game for Alma, Eddie Williams, 29 rushes, 227 yards, averaged nearly 8 yards a carry, long of 43 and 2 touchdowns for the Scots. Zach Poff led them in receiving yards with 81 on 2 catches, 1 touchdown. Eddie Williams, 7 receptions for 63 yards and a touchdown here today. Quick team numbers, ones of note. Alma had 261 yards rushing. Adrian with just 85. Bulldogs outpassed the Scots 374 yards to 229. Total plays, total yards, both went to Alma, 75 for 490. Adrian 71 for 459. Yards per play, just around 6.5 per team. Bulldogs fumbled once and lost 1. The Scots fumbled twice and lose 1 as well. Penalties, Scots had 6 for 63. The Bulldogs 3 for 25. Cooper Tracy with 4 Bulldog punts for 47.8 yards. Third down was a problem again for both the offense and defense. The offense for Adrian, 5 of 15 on third down. Alma, 8 of 15. Bulldogs 2 for 5 on fourth. And Alma a perfect 3 for 3. Obviously, a 1-point game. Great matchup. I mean, you look at the rankings, these two teams, unfortunately for the Bulldogs, finished as the rankings had them coming into this game. Alma a slight edge above Adrian College in this one. So it's tough to do I didn't think we'd be doing a season recap right now, but from Valparaiso to Alma, this team has certainly taken another step, and I know it was right there for this group to take, and it just came up a couple plays short. So I know it's hard, Sean, to summarize the season. For a post game that we have to do now is the Bulldogs drop it by a point.
Yeah, and I think, the summary of the season is just looking back at everything that we did this year, everything the Bulldogs were able to accomplish, running up and down the field. I mean, you look at the Manchester game to Teal, going, giving up 0 points in both those games, scoring over 150 combined across those 2 games. Then you look at the game against Valparaiso, going to Indiana and playing against a Division I FCS program, getting the win. Unfortunately, while it's amazing that the team was able to get the win, it actually ended up hurting them more in the long run when it comes to the rankings and everything. Then you look at everything getting into conference play, started out the way you wanted. The Hope game had some things not fall their way and unfortunately led to the field goal winner. In this game, it was a extra point that became the difference maker for their only other loss on the season.
That's right. And, the way the preseason poll came out, it was Alma and Hope at the top and Adrian nipping at their heels, and the Bulldogs certainly are. We'll get these Scots here at home next year. And look, I believe this is it for eligibility for Noah Boudry. What a blessing for this program this year. To watch this guy week in and week out put up crazy numbers, make big plays. Tough way to go out as a Bulldog, but we're glad he did. He's going to be cemented for this regular season statistically and memorable moments throughout. And the rest of this small but mighty senior class, you left a legacy. And we'll see what Coach Palka and company can do moving forward to 2026. So quickly, time for our player of the game selection. We'll take a quick 30-second break. Sean will select our player right after this on the Adrian College Sports Network. at Alma. Post-game show as the Scots complete an undefeated conference season and are the MIAA champions, beating your Bulldogs here today 35-34. Ian Wendt, Sean Whitmer with our post-game show. Selection of the player of the game. Who are we looking at, Sean? I mean, there's plenty of worthy guys put up great efforts.
So starting things off, of course, you take a look over on the defensive side of the ball. Liam Carey, 14 total tackles. Andrew Van Dyke, 11 total with 1 tackle for a loss for each of them. You got Ethan Burrows, 10 total tackles, 1 tackle for a loss, 1 interception. 8 tackles for Gildy and Dorsey. Had 2 interceptions. Of course, Burrows got the one himself. He also helped force one, knocking the ball in the air for Simons to come away with it. Over on the offensive side of the ball, phenomenal game for Noah Boudry, 30 for 44 at 68% completion, 374 yards and 3 touchdowns. He was sacked twice. He made the 1 blunder on the interception. And the player of the game is going to go to Ethan Aberger, 13 receptions, 241 yards. That's an average of 18.5. He had 2 touchdowns, and he had a long of 70.
Congratulations to Ethan Aberger. Standout season for the young wide receiver. As you said, Sean, 13 receptions, 241 on the day. 2 touchdowns for Aberger, 2 of 3 Noah Boudry touchdown passes. And that's going to do it for us this season. I'd like to thank everyone that's been part of these broadcasts, home and away, students and professionals. Sean, it's been a pleasure. I was bummed when I thought you couldn't do the Calvin game, and there you were. So pleasure to work with you and watch this football team for 10 weeks.
Yeah, it's been a real honor to be able to travel with you this year, and I'm excited looking forward to next year, getting to do it one more time. I got one more
year in you.
One more year.
Well, we'll see what this Bulldog team looks like come spring training. And again, 8-2 this year, 2 conference losses by a combined 3 points, and come up just short here against Alma. For our entire crew today and all the Bulldog fans listening all season long on the Adrian College Sports Network, Tim Ambrose back in our studios this afternoon for Sean Whitmer by my side all season long. I'm Ian Wendt saying so long and good afternoon. Again, the final score, Alma 35, Adrian 34 on the Adrian College Sports Network.